Yeah. Hey, guys. Oh, why is there an echo? Now, am I echoing again? Why am I?
Because you're on Twitter.
I'm not on Twitter.
I can hear myself.
Yeah, we can hear ourselves, but they can only hear they can only hear one of us. And I have no idea why. None of it makes any sense.
Oh my God.
Deal with
Let's
it.
see here.
It might be on your end.
It might be on my end.
Well, it's not. I mean, nothing's different on my end from the last time we did this, and it worked last time we did it.
Can you do you hear the echo?
I hear the echo, but they don't hear the echo.
All right. I don't want to hear the echo either, and neither should you.
I don't want to hear it, but it's yeah, I have no idea why it's and there's a whole lot of weird stuff going on. The chat's not showing up on the stream. I think there's something in the air because this doesn't make any sense. Like the chat's not showing up on my screen, but it's showing up in the YouTube chat. And there's an echo. Does anybody in the chat hear an echo? Let me know if you guys hear the echo.
I know I hear it, and I'm disgusted by it.
They hear both of us clearly, and they hear no echo.
Okay. All right.
Are we going to deal with it? Awful?
We have no choice. Let's start this show.
Okay. We will be on in 1 minute here, and hopefully it won't be so bad. This is going to be funny. Okay. Yeah, because the chat's not showing up on the stream either. So it's not just there's a back end problem here going on that is above our pay grade. But yeah, we'll be back in a minute, guys. You can fix it. There. No.
I still hear it. I still hear me.
There. It's fixed. I did it. We don't have to deal with that anymore. I fixed it for us all.
Testing, 1, 2.
I fixed it, guys. I'm a genius. We'll be right back.
Tommy Cross, yeah, I'm gonna go all night. I got a suplex, no one doing it. When I came to fight, I got a figure four, yeah, I'll show you some more. Anything you want, 2, 3, wear the camel clutch. I know it must. You'll be getting the mercy of me. Gravity in my business tonight. Well, you know I'm gonna divide. Cause I'm gonna bring you off the top road tonight.
Dude, is this thing even on? What the fuck? What's going on? How do I work this fucking bullshit? God damn it. Yeah, anyway, Nicola Piccolo here. Listen, goddammit. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Brian Alvarez. Fuck them all. Dude, what do you think? Should I have it on, should I have this thing on landscape mode or portrait mode? Let me know. Because I can do it this way and be fucking good at it. But let me tell you something, man. Dude, listen. The wrestling business, I mean, it's my business, dude. It's my industry. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know why you guys keep going to these goddamn grifters. Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez, Sean Ross Sapp, and all the other fucking assholes there. Dude, I've had a lot of people asking me for interviews, all right? Be on their fucking podcast. But I said, no, dude, why would I go on cool podcasts? I need to go on the jankiest shit ever with the lowest possible follower count. All right, dude? Dude, I fucking have hung out with so many people. Like, really, like Seth Rogen, fucking James Franco, Clint Eastwood, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm sure you know who the fuck he is. I mean, I'm just the super agent of the stars. There's nothing to it. And there's a 9.8 earthquake going on right here. So, but I will say this. I should have gone on This Is Awful Saturday nights at 11 p.m. every fucking weekend on Saturdays on youtube.com/@awfulwrestling. I didn't want to do that.
Holy hell. Welcome to the This Is Awful show. I'm your host or co-host, whichever you prefer. Awful Wrestling, along here with Akadis. And yeah, Backlash.
My security, my safety, my life was in danger.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. Well, that was a PLE. I think.
Boy, can we just hop right into it? Can we just talk about it? 2026 edition from Tampa, Florida, Backlash. What did you think of tonight's show? Are you alive, This? This doesn't seem to be alive. So I'll tell you what I think of the show while he's getting himself prepared to come back on. Holy hell. What to think about tonight's show? If there was ever like a wrestling show that didn't feel like a pay-per-view or a PLE, Anna Sharp, you kind of hit it on the head. What's going? Are you breathing hard? What's going on?
I don't know, dude. Everything that could possibly go wrong tonight is going wrong. It's driving me insane. But I'm here now. I'm here. So I'm going to crash out. Awful. I'm going to crash out. I'm warning you right now.
So be prepared for the crash out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You might want to tune in later for that.
Dude, YouTube cut us off before the show for some reason. And now my mic cord stopped working, so I had to go get it. Everything that could possibly go wrong has gone wrong. Chat's not working. Luckily, the super chats worked. I don't know how that happened, but sure, the super chats works. I don't know, but I'm here now. So, the show, I don't know, it was whatever. I don't know. I forgot. What was Backlash? What are we talking about?
Backlash against YouTube and OBS. Did you just cut out again? I love it. See, now listen, all you AEW hater YouTube sites, here's your opportunity. Here is your chance to clip this portion of the show and show us how janky our production values are.
I don't know why it's coming out over and over again. What the heck is going on?
And now this is coming live from the toilet.
Are you serious?
Like you sound ultra loud.
Oh my gosh. I hate this. I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out right now. We should have started the whole thing over. Remember when I was like, maybe we should just start the whole thing over. Call it.
Hey, that was
my call.
Gonna be my that was gonna be my
was my
my
call.
second, but we're gonna
my call. Okay.
We're going with the show because it's recording.
Anybody.
We're live. Who can you blame? Who is the owner of YouTube right now? Who's the CEO of YouTube?
Susan Wojcicki.
Okay, Wojcicki. Okay, yeah.
But it's not her fault my microphone cable broke. That's not her fault.
Jesus. Time for another donation run. Here you go.
Well, no, remember, okay, so a long time ago, my microphone broke, right? And my cable broke. And I went out and it took me forever to find another one because it's not even a micro, it's a mini. Remember the minis that were like square on top and then like triangle on the bottom, It's one of those. Oh, here we go.
I engage in the art of professional wrestling. You don't.
At Luigi Tron 51 super chatted $5. You know the PPV was below par when this is for a loss for words.
We might as well just jump right into it. I mean, let's face it. The show wasn't good. I thought I might have been alone in that assessment. I have not looked at Twitter or social media or anything like that. But, this is a match I missed, actually. So it looks like Braun Breaker beat Seth Rollins. I wonder if it was a banger match. There wasn't one fucking banger match that I saw tonight. And I was highly disappointed. I was looking forward to the Asuka versus Io Sky match. Boy, was I let down.
I'm going to get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
At Last Call Podcast DCC super chatted $5. This was WWE's version of Teen ****** Go. Between Luchador Minihausens and Gingerbread Man BS. Are we sure Vince didn't take over creative again?
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, thank you, Chris.
Sure.
At UN * super chatted $4.99. This is going to break Max's piggy bank.
Okay, I'm gonna push back a bit on the idea that none of the matches were good. Roman versus Jacob was great. What are you talking? Like Braun versus Seth was fine. Trick versus Sami was fine. I thought. What didn't you like about Io versus Asuka?
I expected more. I was expecting them a little bit more hard hitting.
I think I think
something more Japanese style.
I think they got shook early because the crowd started chanting for Kyrie. It's like, I'm sorry, you got two of the best women performers in the world in the ring, and you're chanting for Kyrie Sane, who wanted to go back to Japan. That's what we're gonna, if I were those two, I'd be shook from that. If somebody, if the entire chat right now started chanting, "We want Marv," I'd be like, well, I don't want to do this shit. What am I here for? I don't know. I guess I've just kind of like changed my expectation. I hate the whole thing where let's cram 2 matches on the first hour. And I think that messes up the pacing of WWE shows a ton. Right? Because you have 3 hours you have 3 hours. You cram 2 matches into the first hour. And then those matches have to be big matches because they're on ESPN. So you take 2 of your biggest matches on the show, you cram them in the first hour, and then you got 2 more hours to fill with 3 matches. And I think it kills the pacing of the show. It kills the pacing.
I would have to agree with you there, Dis. I would have to agree with you. A lot of commercials, a lot of downtime in this pay-per-view. And I noticed our boy Alt Jake said we all take this shit too seriously. I don't know if he's referring to some people in the chat or to us, but I just didn't enjoy the pay-per-view as much as I thought I would. That's all. I mean, okay, if the crowd was hot again, I watched some of this shit on mute because I'm doing some other things. But
the crowd,
at the same,
okay,
go ahead.
If you want to know about crowd reactions, the crowd was pretty hot. The biggest I think the biggest reaction besides like Roman and Jacob, the Roman Jacob match was really interesting too, because it was a true 50-50 split in the crowd, like a true 50-50 split. And that's, that the last time I can think about that happening was Rock Roman. Now, I'm not saying it's on that level, but I'm saying it was a true 50-50 split of the crowd. So that was interesting. But I think the best reaction of the show was Danhausen and the midgets. Okay.
Oh, God damn it.
Why? Okay. I will never complain about midgets in wrestling. What they did was, I think, more akin to what you thought they were going to do, and not so much what I thought they were going to do.
Right.
And it seems weird that I'm happy about it and you're mad about it.
No, I'm not mad about it. I just think, see, that's the thing. Like, I have no real emotional tie to it. It's just like, I just wasted 6 minutes of my time. That's all. I thought I was going to see more out of Danhausen. It is what it is. Hey, remember last week, everybody thought it was going to be goddamn CM Punk. Some people thought it was going to be Obafemi. Yeah. Other people thought it was going to be fucking Jelly Roll. And look how it turned out.
And a bunch of midgets was the best option.
Yeah, of course.
1,000% the best option. And I'm never going to complain about midgets in wrestling. So I'm not, I'm not really gonna be upset about. I like midgets in wrestling, so I'm not gonna be too upset about that. But I mean, okay, but it was starting from the beginning though. Braun Breaker beat Seth Rollins. It was a good match. I'm kind of surprised. Like, with the way the match felt, it definitely seemed to me during the match that Braun Breaker was actually going to lose, in that it was either going to be an instance where Braun Breaker lost and they pushed it off. It became like they did with Sami and Braun after WrestleMania before, where it's like, this isn't Braun's moment. Braun's moment is going to be at SummerSlam, right?
Right.
So I thought maybe they'd do that. And then I kind of got the feeling that Bronson Reed was going to come back and it might do something there. But
he succeeded. He was successful in just using his mouth to get the man off.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. Amador. Plans changed, Brian.
Yeah. Thank you, Honor.
Yeah, Chris Conner in the chat. Crowds are going to be hot because it's the only time they get a WWE. Okay, this isn't the only time Tampa gets a WWE product in a year. I'm pretty sure Tampa gets multiple. But also, like, I'm sorry, dude. Okay, I get what Jake's saying about us we're not the target audience. Like, if you listen to the IWC, then the gingerbread man was the worst thing that ever happened, and it killed the business and blah 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 blah. But then it goes viral, and the crowd chants for the gingerbread man, and it's not for the hardcore us. It's not for the hardcore wrestling fans, but
we don't pay enough.
Yeah, the WW fan base, which isn't us, okay, the core fan base loves it. And so, okay, like, we can sit here and go through and talk about I just don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, it sounds, fuck it. I'm just going to say it. I thought the fucking pay-per-view was mid. I mean, don't go out of your way to see it. All the matches were predictable. All the outcomes were predictable. There was not one unpredictable outcome in this entire pay-per-view.
Yeah, I will say I wouldn't say don't go out of your way to watch it. I think the Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns match is definitely worth watching. If you like Danhausen, you'll like the Danhausen segment, and the Trick Sammy stuff was fun for what it was. It was fine. I guess I just don't get the. Okay, when I sat down,
get your thoughts together.
When I sat down to watch Backlash 20 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a bone in me was excited and thinking this was going to be a huge deal. Every part of me was like, let's see what they do tonight. I don't go into these things expecting to be blown away and have my mind blown. I expect 3 hours to be entertained. And out of those 3 hours, I was probably entertained for an hour and a half of it. So fine. Sure. I don't know what people's expectations are. So it's hard for me to say because my expectations are just so low. And that's what makes it sad when shows can't meet my expectations, is that my expectations for wrestling are, well, is it better than, the Bobby Lashley cucking storyline? Is it better? Because, because that was kind of my line. That was when I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
This is one of those instances. Where you hold the WWE in a higher regard in some instances. One of them is creatively. Tonight they did not hit, and tonight I don't believe they hit a home run. No big deal. I'm sure they'll come back in the next pay-per-view or the next Raw or SmackDown and blow somebody's socks off. Tonight wasn't tonight.
I'm not offended by the fact that you didn't think it was great. That doesn't bother me. I hold WWE a different standard. I think my standards aren't. How do I put it, man? My standards aren't high.
I
don't have high
WWE
standards. I don't have high standards for
We're
wrestling.
not talking about. I did say a higher standard, but are we not to expect that coming from the number one company in the world? I mean, come on, we're expecting a little bit better.
If AEW put out this show, put on this show, right? I'd be like, wow, AEW is looking pretty good. Hey, AEW is moving in a better direction than what they have been.
Okay.
And that's that's what I'm saying is I don't know if it's that I hold them at a different standard, or it was just that this is more my style of what when I started liking wrestling, the thing that attracted me to wrestling was WWE in the 80s, and a lot of it was in late 80s, like WrestleMania 5 and 6 and 7,
Right.
So my taste is just kind of hokey and silly, and it's just kind of what I like about wrestling. So I don't know.
No problem there. I just didn't feel like it's just like, okay, PLE's done. I really don't have too much to talk about it because everything was so goddamn predictable. We knew Trick Williams was going to go over on Sami Zayn. We knew Io Sky was going to go over on Asuka. Nobody expected midgets with Danhausen. I mean, everybody expected every big name under the sun. And, it came out to this, which means the IWCnn, as we'll find out later, was completely wrong in their assessment of what the reports were as far as Danhausen goes. But listen, Danhausen, the whole segment, that didn't offend me. This didn't offend me. I knew Jacob Fatu was going to turn heel, and after he lost to Roman Reigns, I mean, where else could he have gone?
The chat seems to think that you went from saying that the show was terrible to being, it's okay. You didn't say it was terrible.
No, I didn't say it was terrible. I just said
I said that you said it was terrible. Yeah, I said you said it was terrible. Yeah.
I know.
So that's my
words in my mouth. Fucker.
But, yeah, I mean, okay, it's missable. I don't know. Streaming makes things so weird, man. Have you noticed that? Doesn't streaming make your expectations just different for everything? Like when you're not chilling out.
Not really. I'll tell you why. Because now I'm going back to your first point, which was pacing. I'm not really trying to see a fucking Allstate commercial.
Yeah, the pacing was terrible.
Like it's just like terrible. The commercials and John Cena's announcement. Let's talk about that. I mean, my goodness, the John Cena classic.
Can I give you my theory on that? I think that the original plan was that he was either going to announce Triple Mania was going 2 nights, or the Club WWE stuff, and they realized how bad that would be, so they threw something together at the last minute because they didn't even have a date, they didn't have a time, they didn't have anything about this.
So you think they? Yeah, go ahead.
I do. I totally do. I think they read people online being like, if it's Club WWE, I'm going to throw a fit. Oh wait, here's
my security, my safety, my life was in danger.
Atona Sharp super chatted $10. With this PLE, I feel like I ordered a cheeseburger and what I got fit the definition of cheeseburger. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really flavorful either. It was a cafeteria burger.
There you have it.
Exactly.
There.
And
let's end the show.
I'll tell you this specifically about that. I would rather have something that meets my expectations and doesn't blow me away than something that I sit down for 7 hours and I'm angry after.
I'm not going, me personally, Awful Wrestling, Don, I am not going to I'm not satisfied by tonight's pay-per-view. Yeah, God damn it. I want something a little bit more than a SmackDown. I didn't get that.
This is much better than SmackDown. Did you watch SmackDown? This was a million times better than SmackDown.
Okay. Well, I felt like I was watching an episode of a SmackDown, maybe not the last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, storylines moved along. Yeah, do you hear me arguing about any of that? I'm just saying, like, it was just okay. Everybody, can I be honest with you? It seemed like, at least for Io and Asuka, they seem to have kind of phoned it in. I know I'm going to get hated for that, but I feel like they kind of phoned it in.
It really felt like they were shook. It really did feel like that. Like, I don't think that's me fantasy booking or anything either. It, like, looking at those two in the ring, looking at their faces while they were going, it felt like they got shook, which is kind of surprising for someone, for people at this point in their careers. You don't think they would be, but like even after the show, Big E was talking about Asuka like she might have retired.
Right.
And so it does make me wonder if it's like,
I noticed that.
If she heard the response, if she saw what happened and just kind of went into business for herself and said, screw it.
No,
I don't. It's far more likely that Asuka did it than Brock Lesnar did it, is all I'm saying.
What did you just say? Somebody clip that.
No, I don't care. Because when Brock Lesnar did his whole thing, they drew attention to it. They did close-ups, they had angles prepared. They didn't have to cut to commercial. When Asuka did it, they completely ignored it until the post-show.
Yeah, because Asuka's not retired. I didn't get any sort of impression that she retired.
I'm saying
or
if
she's
she
going
did,
to retire.
Right. I'm saying that if Big E is right and she ends up retiring, then it's far more likely that she went into business for herself and did it than it is that Brock Lesnar went into business for himself and did it at WrestleMania. If she ends up being retired, then I'm like, wow, she must have just decided that on the spot. You know, that's what I'm saying.
I hear that.
So I'm not saying, I'm not comparing her to Brock Lesnar. Okay. I'm just saying, it's because everyone, remember after Brock Lesnar did it, how many people in our chat that night were like, I think it happened on the spot. I think he just decided in that moment to do it. And it was like, no, he didn't do it in that. But if she's retired, I believe that she did do it in that moment. Because they didn't draw any attention to it at all. So I don't know. It was a weird match. It was a whole weird feeling about that match too. And
then the ending of the match, like, come on now, Asuka, like she went from crying to like the Joker in 3 seconds and then hugged Io Sky to the point where I was just like, oh, she's gonna turn again. She's gonna kick her right in the mouth and call it a day. That's what kind of should have happened, but it didn't.
And right. That's why I'm saying it felt weird, right? It didn't feel like it was what was written. Which I don't know. That match, I guess I was disappointed, but I mean, the actual action in the match was fine, but I think I was a bit disappointed. You know, I got to tell you, actually, let's go back to the first match here, because I did notice something, and I might not be the most popular person for saying this, but Braun Breaker, he messed up a few times in this match.
Oh, yeah? See, this was one of the matches I did not see. What kind of fumbles did he fucking make?
At one point, Seth was going to go for the curb stomp, but Braun didn't have his head in the right position. And Seth ended up having to kick him in the face.
And call him stupid?
Yeah, he had to basically do a little kick in the face on him. And you could tell that it was supposed to be a curb stomp, but he wasn't in position. And then they redid the curb stomp and like a minute later. And then there was another problem where it looked like Seth went for a clothesline and Braun didn't duck all the way, and he hit Seth's arm. And you could see Seth kind of yell at him a little bit, you know. So yeah, I get it. Okay, I'm not saying Asuka deserves a farewell tour. Okay, I'm saying that if you gave me the choice between Brock Lesnar and Asuka and said, one of these people decided to retire on the spot, I'd pick Asuka. That's all I'm saying, guys. Okay. But yeah, I this is the first time that I really saw kind of a chink in Braun Breaker's armor, you know. He was put in a high-profile spot. He got a shot on ESPN, and it just, I don't know.
You think it fell short?
Well, I think the match
Didn't live up to your expectations.
I think the match was really good, and I think most people probably wouldn't notice anything. Most people would look at it and be like, "Great match," But I when I watched it, I noticed a couple things, and I don't know. I'm not saying the match didn't meet expectations, because I didn't have any expectations for that match. And Seth can carry anyone to a good match, and if I had to give it stars, it would be above 3. But I think that there were some mistakes, and it made me question where Braun Breaker really fits in at this point. When you got Obafemi and you got Trick Williams and even Royce Keys, you got other guys.
But with so many, they can all escalate, in a parallel fashion with 4 different stories. Like Breaker doesn't have to go into Oba's world. Oba doesn't have to go into Breaker's world. And at some point, some WrestleMania down the road, they converge. But right now, they can all go in the same trajectory because, they're facing, at this point, Braun Breaker is facing Seth Rollins. Oba's about to face anybody, it looks like. Trick Williams just finished the program with. So they're all moving upward. In fact, the only person not moving upward, if you want to put it in that fashion, is Javon Evans. Like, he seems to be the only one that is just like, okay, he's cool for the moment, but he's not getting the Oba reaction. Braun Breaker, they're not giving the go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. He's
working. He's young. I understand. He's gonna
they're presenting him at the right place they should be presenting.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're not going too far with it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Like, see, that's the whole thing about this show. We had to do headcanon for about 25 minutes about this show because it was just so.
Well, I could talk about it, but I don't want to sit here and talk to myself. Okay, I could sit here and stress this out for an hour, but I would
really.
Be talking. Yeah.
Let's see if we can make that happen. Pull up the clock. Let's do this. No, I'm joking.
I mean, I think there are some. I think that like I said, I think that there's a lot to dissect with the Braun Breaker Seth Rollins match, but you didn't see it, so I can't have that conversation. I think that there's stuff to be said about the Sami Zayn and Trick Williams match. I think Sami, I don't know if he's accidentally working as a heel. Like, I don't know what is going on there exactly, but it's weird. And it's really weird because I'm not sure that he understands that he's a heel. Like, I don't really understand how that works. I don't. It almost seems.
How can you not say that after living through The Rock?
That's true. It's almost like his gimmick is I'm an old man who doesn't like fun things. You know what I mean? Like, and he keeps talking about like, oh, I have my ride or dies, and it's like, no, you don't. Like, the crowd's not cheering for you.
Oh, you're talking about Sami. I'm so sorry. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm talking about Sami, yeah. But yeah, like, Sami is out there acting like he's like this guy who gets mixed reactions, and he's not. The crowd is booing him. And he, I saw him go on ESPN, and he's like, when I come out, people still slap my hands. It's like, yeah, people reach out for every wrestler on the card because they want to touch a wrestler. It has nothing to do with your support. So I don't know if he's in this weird denial about if maybe he doesn't want to recognize that fans are turning on him or something. I don't know. It was just, he worked weird.
How about this? I think the fact that if this is a work or not, it's not working because it's not making his character
working.
His character anymore.
Now Awful gone.
I'm here.
No,
I'm here.
Second, I know for a second it dropped you out, but now you're back. So
okay, but I
no,
don't know what to say.
I think you were saying it's not working. I think it is. I think that he's getting a strong heel reaction, so that means that it is working.
Is it go away heat?
No. It's like it's
not X-Pac heat.
No, it's not that. If it was that, then they'd be pretending it was like If it was go away heat, then he'd be on places being like, look how much heat I get. You know, he's not. It's not like that. He's getting decent heat. He's getting the right kind of heat. It just doesn't seem like he's comfortable with getting heat.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Well, that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. But it doesn't make me want to see Sami Zayn get his ass kicked or kick ass.
I want to see him get. I want to see him get beat up really hard, really bad. I want to see somebody.
Obafemi.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
That'd be nice. Little squash match, 30 seconds.
He gets on my nerves, and like I said, I can't tell, but I just can't tell if he gets it yet. I know that WWE, I can tell WWE gets it. I just don't know if he gets it. And that kind of goes okay. And then the gingerbread thing, that has to be the Bruce thing, right? That has to be Bruce Prichard.
I would imagine so. I mean
it smells like
so
Bruce
dumb.
Prichard. It has them all over it. And I thought it was dumb. And then guess what happened? It went viral. And you guys went all over. People made
and so I no longer thought it was dumb.
Well, no.
What?
No, I'm not saying I didn't think it was dumb, but I'm saying, like, what do you want me to do? You may sit here and be like, it was a terrible decision that made them a lot of money. You know, like, how am I?
No, see, there's the difference in adjectives. I'm just saying it was dumb. Sure, it made a lot of money. Shit was dumb. I didn't say it was disastrous.
But I want it too, and I had to fight inch for inch to get this, and I'm not about to lay down on my back and let someone cover me.
I thank you very much.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. No, not my sweet Sammy Babu. Triple H, probably.
Thank you, Regina.
Knocking him out the park, Regina.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess also we have a different tolerance for dumb. I like dumb, so you know.
Yeah, I know
that kind of helps me a little bit.
No, I kind of have a high tolerance for dumb. It's just, I guess I don't want to see dumb in places where I'm not expecting to see dumb.
It was too much,
and I expect it. I guess
it was too much with the gingerbread man, but they also killed it. So it seemed like they knew that yeah, we're done. This is as far as we can go with this. We can't get it anymore. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean.
And we got more.
Nikita Koloff, when I was tasting you, brother, I found you to be not so bad at all.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. Remember AEWful. If it's stupid and it works, it's still stupid. You just got lucky.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent. Well, but I it's kind of something I just don't like about the world these days. You're going to get into my old man conversation, but it's like you can market. You like look at what's popular now. Look at Skibbity. Have you ever watched Skibbity Toilet Awful?
No, I have not. I can't say that I've made time for Skibbity Toilet.
The most popular thing on the internet. Like one of the most successful things on YouTube over the past few years. And it's like, remember Robot Chicken?
Yes, I do.
Remember how stupid Robot Chicken was?
Yeah, I remember Ren and Stimpy.
Okay. Well, Ren and Stimpy is Caddyshack compared to Skibbity Toilet. Okay. But it's like stupid is what people like. You could. We'll get into it a little bit too, because I got complaints that it's about the internet and it just goes into meme culture, and it's like WWE understands this. WWE gets that it's like, yeah, we could do something terrible on TV and make millions by doing it, and I kind of hate it. You know,
sometimes they don't get it fast enough there, Dis. If I remember correctly, Brock Lesnar came out with a shirt maybe 7 weeks ago, that was just like FAF5, a play on the FAFO, you know, FAFO, fuck around, find out. That shit's 3 years old. WWE always seems to like.
Well, they got the 6-7 thing right away. When the 6-7,
yeah, but they hit or miss
on that immediately. Yeah, I think that's I think FAFO probably sounds like something Brock thought was really good. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but somebody should have picked up on that a long time ago.
But you tell Brock Lesnar his idea is bad.
I didn't say his idea was bad. I said it was late.
It's still sold. It's still sold, And I guess that's my thing is like, I can very easily complain about like MLW or TNA or AEW or those companies because it's like, okay, yeah, I thought it was stupid and it wasn't profitable. But then WWE, a lot of times it's like, well, I may not liked it, but how can I really say they were wrong for doing it when they made that much money?
You can't, and you don't have to.
Okay.
not so much wrong, but something that was not palatable to your taste. That's all I'm ever going to say. I'm not going to be like, the shit's dumb. And, well, I do that with AEW. Shit's dumb and don't make money. But, like, with WWE, it's just like, all right, shit's dumb. I think Danhausen's still fucking stupid. Okay? The Wyatt 6, I'm batting a 500 right here. I guess correctly on the Wyatt 6. And I guess wrongly on Danhausen. That doesn't mean my stance has changed. I still think the shit is retarded. But anyway, enough with this Backlash talk and this gingerbread man. All right,
so real quick, it's funny in the chat. John JID said, "I bet Max drives you crazy with 6'7". Actually, Max hates 6'7",
and that's a passing fad. Yeah, I bet you that's dead and gone now.
Yeah, he's you'd be surprised. I still, his friends still do it, but but that might be because the kid who like doesn't like the popular stuff and complains about it. I'm talking about, like, Max has kind of taken that hat where he's like, I don't like 6'7". It's dumb. I don't like Skibbity Toilet. It's dumb.
The contrarian,
right? But then all of his friends, when they see him pile it on because they know it bugs him, type thing, So I don't know if kids really like it or if they're just messing with him at this point. I can't tell, obviously. But and by the way, hi John JID. It's been a while. It's nice to see you. I'm switching scenes right now, so be quiet for a second because I don't think our group is open on the other one.
So we got to be quiet.
There we go. We're good now. We're good now. It's just the group. I hadn't used the scene yet, so the group wasn't open, so I didn't want them to miss anything you had to say. So, all right, we're going to move on. You want to do the tweets real quick? You want to do your news tweets real quick?
Yeah, let's get those out of the way and check it out.
Bring those up here, and there we go.
All right. So, we always like to take a look at some of the tweets that the IWCnn has posted. Some of them right, some of them wrong, a lot of it news. And this one comes from Wrestle Talk. Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux's responses when asked about the possibility of returning to the WWE. Scarlett says, "Never say never. We love that locker room. We miss the writers. We miss the producers. We are these people. We miss them. We blame TKO for our deal not getting done. So if they decide to fix things, maybe." Why would you say that? I'm just curious. Why would you say that? Like, they really think that TKO is like the evil villain out here. Anyway, Cross says,
"No, I'll go back. I'll back here."
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, it's the second part. There was a second part to it.
Yeah, there was a second part to that.
Okay, well,
hopefully I'll be able to read it.
There you go. Yeah.
I
can read it. Cross, we never closed the door on dialogue. We never had a bad relationship with WWE. We stayed in contact with everybody. Is it possible? Of course it is. There were still things that needed to be discussed. They closed the door on those discussions. We leave the door open for all discussions with everybody. We're always open to developing ideas and conversations to do anything. The wrestling business has been good to us, and it has changed our lives. And the fans literally come everywhere we go. But that's because of Scarlett. That has nothing to do with you.
Oh yeah, it had nothing to do with Killer Cross. He's not bringing in the rats.
I mean, yeah, he's not. People aren't. There's no ropes being thrown out there for Killer Cross. I was using the fact that
no panties.
Yeah, well, he said, and the fans literally come everywhere we go. So, I must have taken that differently.
We need a soundboard.
They'll never get to AEW because they say that their door is always open, but I don't think AEW's door is open for them. I couldn't imagine, especially after the what's his name, Collis stuff. I couldn't imagine him going to AEW.
Right.
But
Yeah. They want back in. They want back into WWE. You don't say these kind of things. You don't have your wife go out there and glad hand with, we love everybody. No. You're quite all right, my friend.
Because I did want to discuss. They also said something in that interview where it's like, they were talking about releases and them talking about. I just, from this interview and from other things, it does seem that the dirt sheets have it wrong with how involved TKO are with actual releases, right? Because if you listen to Meltzer or Sean Ross Sapp and those guys, they're like, well, it's really, it's Triple H and Nick Khan. They're the ones making all the decisions. But then every wrestler that gets released says that it was TKO.
Right.
So that
TKO's the boogeyman.
So that's the question. Is Cross jumping on the fact that fans are down on TKO right now? Or is him and pretty much all the other wrestlers that have got released that have talked about it, are they correct in saying that no, TKO, they're the ones who decide who stays and go? Like that's what I'm wondering. Are cuts made based on a spreadsheet now?
What will they say about all this in like 4 or 5 years when the Saudis have the WWE? What are you gonna go against the Royal Kingdom?
Saudis aren't good. The only way Saudis have WWE is if TKO goes out of business completely. Because I looked at those numbers, man, and if they didn't have WWE, they wouldn't have UFC. Like WWE is the reason that they're able to go out and buy the bull riders and all that crap, If WWE wasn't making the money that they were, and so maybe if WWE drops a whole lot, but I guess, but it does lead to the question. Like I said, is it WWE or is it? Are the dirt sheets right, or are they just trying to paint Triple H as a boogeyman?
Who knows? I guess we'll find out because Cross isn't. Listen, I just picked this up because there was actual quotes from these people. I'm not trying to get any third.
Cross has no business in the company, regardless. Right? We both agree on that. Do we both agree on that?
I mean, he wasn't knocking anything dead. So
moving
on.
Yeah, there's a lot of I don't know. Cross. I don't know. Dynamite ratings. So
I can read them. Oh yeah, I'm good now. Yeah, how about that? The last 5 weeks. Look at those numbers, man. Look at that shit. You got April 8th, you got 654. April 15th, the next week they climbed up 710. I think that was the night that MJF became champion, or was at least crowned champion, or the Dynamite afterwards. Anyway, the next week 617. The following week, that was the night that our boy Darby Allin won the championship.
Right.
And of course, subsequently, 596,000. The week after, 590,000. I don't know what Alfred Cano is alluding to. The exclusively white world champion strategy is failing bad. Yeah, like things were going real great with Swerve fucking Strickland there, Alfred. Let's get, bro. I mean,
interesting note, by the way.
It wasn't Wakanda. It was Detroit.
NXT is going back up at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So maybe they actually do share an audience. Like I've always kind of assumed that they don't, and it's all this kind of BS. But maybe there are like 200,000 wrestling fans that will only watch one of these shows.
Right.
And I think it just, honestly, if you want my true take on it, I think it just goes to what I've said in the past, which is AEW benefits more from WWE being bad than it does from AEW being good.
Yeah.
Or at least from not necessarily from them being bad, but
the whole
press.
Fucking origins of AEW were based on that premise that the WWE at that time was terrible product. So let's bring out AEW.
And it seems like
the reason.
It seems like whenever there's a big, like when WWE goes to Saudi Arabia, AEW's ratings spike. When WWE raises ticket prices, AEW ratings spike. When when the Janelle Grant stuff is in the news, AEW ratings spike. And it seems
really
like
though.
I did a whole presentation about this on Toonie Talk Wrestling, where we were able to kind of look at the numbers and recognize that it's like every time WWE starts getting bad press, AEW goes up by like 100,000. It's not a ton. It's not like they're going up over 1 million. It's always like 70 to 100,000. But anytime that it's not a downhill thing,
right,
it's always because something bad came out about WWE in the news, whether it be ticket prices or a scandal or Brock Lesnar coming back or, you know, Saudi Arabia, something. It always like it energizes the base, you know.
I guess just for a week or so. I mean, I heard, I posted about the terrible waiting for this week's AEW Dynamite, and people shot back like, well, hell, listen, Double or Nothing got 13,000 tickets sold. It's like, okay, you know, they normally do well on their pay-per-views, big deal, but then they underperform the following week. So what can be said? But yeah, look at those numbers, vicious. Meanwhile,
wonderful numbers. We have
wonderful numbers.
You have to believe AEW is better than ever. WrestleVotes. Backstage at SmackDown last night, there was some internal hope that tonight's historic announcement from John Cena goes beyond anything WWE related. That said, according to one source, if that's the direction, it's been kept very quiet behind the scenes.
Look at this vague posting there, Dis.
Yeah.
I mean, god damn.
They reported nothing.
Not one fucking thing.
This is, oh my gosh, dude. Are we gonna get?
We'll finish the tweets, and then we'll go into the rant. My friend,
okay. Well, I have to put the boy. I have to make sure the boy's going to bed. So we'll do that, and then we'll get into the thing. Because man, I'm so. I got a lot to say about.
And also coming up, a
IWC.
great, funny, Nicebeard. So stick around for that as well. But yeah, yeah. But there you are, vague posting. Nobody knew that John Cena was going to have the John Cena Classic. This is part and parcel, another example of how the IWCnn operates. Dave Meltzer, Dynamite on Wednesday did 590. Here's his his excuses for the low ratings. The Knicks game did giant numbers, 5.18 million. NHL did well. In the time slot, Dynamite was behind Fox News, NBA, and NHL only. Collision was behind several other shows.
There's other stuff too. We're not going to talk about what those other shows are.
Yeah,
it's
Andy
so
Griffith.
disingenuous. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, just I don't. When NXT was down, Dave Meltzer didn't come on and be like, "And here's everything that it was against." I mean, like, it didn't.
Right.
He
does. He rarely does that, and you'll
Never.
notice he blocked me. But
by the
way,
he finally blocked you? He finally blocked
me
you
a year ago. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
a while ago.
Who were we just talking about that didn't block you? I can't remember. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
Jim Cornette.
yeah,
Jim Cornette. Yeah, Jim Cornette.
Yeah, he has not blocked me yet. But the Knicks also played the Sixers, so Philadelphia is also a big market. So I will give Dave Meltzer a little bit of validation in saying that the number was huge for the Knicks Sixers game. The Knicks are kicking the Sixers' ass, by the way. Holy shit!
You just wanted to talk about that.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
Are you an NBA fan? You like the basketball?
Not really. You know, I didn't even know the Sixers were in that damn playoffs until last week. I just happened to watch local news, and it was just like, hey, they won Game 7 against whoever the fuck, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess they move on. But yeah.
Okay. You and Cumia is saying an ad interrupted the show. I have it set to manual ads. So if and I just looked at it says manual ads. So if they inserted ads in the show somehow, then that's. I told you YouTube's being weird tonight. Hey, you know
We're
what?
not going to worry about it.
Nothing I can do about that. But hey, here's the deal. I fully recommend everyone getting ad blockers if you're not going to have premium. I don't care if you use ad blockers. Totally go for it, 100%. So let's see what is coming up next.
Oh boy, here's another good one. Danhausen's tag team partner at WWE Backlash this weekend is reportedly expected to be Jelly Roll. Look who the source is. Look who the citation is from, and there you have it. Wrestling Observer newsletter, Figure 4 Wrestling online newsletter. There it is, folks, staring you right in front of the face. People pay $14.99 to find out that there were midgets on the show and not Jelly Roll. Could you imagine this shit? Could you really fucking imagine this shit? Seriously, $14 a goddamn month? Really? To be fed this horse shit? Who told Dave Meltzer this? Who told Brian Alvarez this shit? Unless it was no one told anybody anything.
I will. All of this will be explained in the second part of the show. Boy, I got something to say about this too. It's all a matter of all of them do it. Any one of us could do it.
This time they got caught with their pants down.
If we didn't have morals and ethics, we could 1000% be exactly where these people are. I assure you. And it makes me very angry. Okay, NWA beat TNA this week.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, the numbers are in, and Nielsen reports 275,000 households tuned in to the May 2nd episode of NWA Power on Comet TV. This episode marked the National Wrestling Alliance's long-awaited return to broadcast television after 30 years and its first new weekly time slot Saturdays at 4 p.m. Thank you to all the great fans around the world for inviting NWA into their barns. I'm not sure
Basically,
what
do you know what Comet is?
Yes, it's a network.
It's one of those channels that you get on antenna that like
wow, really?
You know, like the digital channels, you know what I mean? Like, remember when they used to be all analog and they switched to digital and then they got like 10 more channels? It's one of those.
Right through it. Yep, indeed.
So it's anyone in the country who has an antenna can get it. Right?
Yeah.
But NWA is a great name to put on a channel like that.
Yeah.
You know, because you get, you know, dad, you get grandpas, right? Who are going on
Meemaw and Pawpaw.
Yeah, they're looking
to watch NWA Power.
They're looking through the thing. They're seeing if they can find old episodes of Matlock, and they go NWA. They're back. Hell yeah! You know
who was that? Is that Billy Corrigan fella?
Yeah. It's a good.
Where's Lance Russell?
It's a good position for NWA to be in, and I don't know. You know, we had
What do you mean, Holy Anderson's dead?
We had Joseph J. Alexander a few weeks ago who was kind of on, and he kind of went again. He was like talking about how bad NWA was, and I went and watched it because of that. I was like, oh, if it's bad, I gotta see it. Kind of like when GCW came around. I was like, oh, or JCW. You know, I was like, oh, it's supposed to be bad. Okay, I'll go watch it. So I went and watched it, and I wouldn't say it's like, you might like it, Awful. You might like it. It's
is Butch Reed on the show?
I mean, it might as well be. That's the kind of wrestling it is, right? It's very, very, very. It feels like a territory. It feels like it doesn't feel. I wouldn't say it feels like a good territory, you know. And I wouldn't necessarily say it feels like Crockett. I'd say it feels more like Florida.
Okay.
So if you were at all interested in like Florida back in the day, then maybe give it a shot. Maybe this is for you. It does feel like
I gotta get some rabbit ears apparently.
Yeah. It's on. I think it's on like Pluto and stuff too. So like it's it's a free channel. You can get it anywhere. I'm pretty sure you can just stream it online if you want. But it's a good deal for NWA. And
what do you think, Chad? Should we review an NWA Power episode?
I mean, there's worse things. I'm not saying it's good. I said I didn't like it. I'm just saying that I didn't like it for reasons that I hear a lot of people saying, I wish wrestling was like this. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times when I hear people say, like, I wish wrestling was like it used to be, like this, and I go, I kind of don't. You know, I kind of don't agree with it. But if they do think that, then maybe they should watch NWA Power, because that's kind of what NWA Power is. So, anyway,
Wrestle Talk recently released. Remember this guy, Jeff Cobb, came in WWF for a cup of coffee. Yeah, was originally planned for a big push when he joined the company. Of course, motherfuckers are going to say that to all of you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Sorry, folks.
I'm mad at YouTube. I'm mad at you.
We'll clean it up in post. I don't know what to tell you.
No, we won't. Ads are for posts. We're not supposed to have them when they're live. But anyway, go ahead.
But ended up in his background role with the MFTs instead. By the way, what did the MFT stand for? What the fuck?
My Family Tree.
Shit. Jank. Anyway.
Yeah.
Quote, Cobb was at first planned for a big push as he was to work with key people in singles in singles and plans that never ended up happening. For whatever reason, after seeing him, he became a face in the crowd of the MFTs, a group built around Sikoa, and with Tama Tonga getting the screen time and Tala Tonga as the monster. Fuck. I chose a bad set of tweets today, and this is one of them. And I apologize to the chat because this is no news at all. Nobody cares about JC Mateo.
I didn't care about JC Mateo when he debuted. Okay, so The Rock posted a tweet one day that was like, wow, this Jeff Cobb guy is great. And then WWE signed him because The Rock posted a tweet saying he was great. And he was, like I said, it's like he's Rhino, but smaller. You know, so maybe that's fine in Japan or on the Indies or in Lucha Underground or something. But when you put him on television and he's going face to face with guys like Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns, you know, he's you can't take him seriously no matter how good he is. I'm sorry, but I just don't.
No, it's that too, but it's also the fact that these guys never stood out from each other. They look good in a group, but it's just like you put them individually, and then what do you got?
I mean, they kept the ones that stood out, right? Tama Tonga stood out, made a name for himself. Tala Tonga stood out and made a name for himself. Tonga Loa and JC Mateo, they had the same opportunities that Tama and Tala did, and they just weren't able to capitalize on them.
Right.
You know, I mean, because they had the exact same amount of television time. It just so happened that Tama Tonga was the one who could look at the camera and go, la, 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 and make people enjoy him. How, you know, whatever he did made people like him to the point where he was worth keeping and JC Mateo wasn't. So I don't disagree either. You know, I think Tama Tonga is clearly the more marketable.
But let it be known that the Wrestling Observer newsletter was in fact wrong, and you can definitely write a story like that easily once the man is fucking gone. Anyway, NXT scored its best audience in months for this past Tuesday's episode, while in the 18 and 49 rating was the second highest of the year so far. 641,000 viewers. So there you have it. NXT back to where I guess they used to be. I mean, and the other thing, do you really buy into this whole like Nielsen changing up their system for a couple months and then going back to it?
Yeah.
You really believe that shit?
Yeah, but I know for a fact that. Oh, I don't know if I want to talk. Okay, so I've told the story on the air before. I just don't think you pay attention to me when I talk.
No, I do.
Sorry. No,
times change, plans change.
There were
thoughts change.
There was remember when it first got reported that they changed their system. I mean, it was a fact. Like industry people were reporting it. It wasn't like wrestling, rumor. It was people in the industry, like people in the television industry, were reporting that Nielsen was changing the way they do things. And then a group of people in the cable industry got together and complained about it and said, yes, we agree with you changing the way you do things.
Yes.
But we think you should do things a different way. And one of those people were Tony Khan. And he got it changed to be the way he wanted it done, So I believe it. I believe that Nielsen changed the way they do things because everything on Earth dropped. It wasn't just wrestling. Well, everything on Earth changed dramatically, right? Like sports went way up, wrestling went down, regular programming went down. It was really only benefiting like real sports at first.
Right.
And then things kind of evolved to where they are now. So I don't think here's the big thing. I don't think Nielsen matters at all anymore. I think it's irrelevant. So, personally, it's just I think I don't. Television has not taken Nielsen seriously in terms of like using. It was more of just a way to. It was more of just a way to own AEW fans for a while because they leaned on it so hard when they first started, you know. So it was fun to do that, but I think we all kind of knew that Nielsen isn't real, right? Like, did we ever really take Nielsen seriously? Did you ever really take Nielsen seriously? Awful.
No, I just recorded their numbers, what they gave me. You know what I mean?
Because like I said, because that was
had fun with it.
It was fun, right? It was fun.
Good times.
It was fun to meme on it and that kind of stuff, but yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah.
No, you got your next one.
Sure. Stephanie Vaquera's post about the WWE live event in Chile selling out in under 15 minutes. That's pretty impressive. I mean, come on now. Who doesn't want to look at Stephanie Vaquera's ass in Chile? I mean, come on now. Who else is going to be down there? You think John Cena's going to show up?
No, I thought that maybe his announcement tonight would have something to do with that, though. I'm surprised that they haven't made a bigger deal about it. I mean, when was the last time they went to South America? Ever? Have they ever gone to South America?
I think I can't answer that. I don't want to sound wrong, but I'll just say yes to sound wrong.
I want to say early. I want to say like mid '90s they might have gone done Brazil or something, but it's been a long time. So, I
think as the days come closer, they'll really push hard as far as promotion.
Probably. I imagine we're going to get South Africa here soon too, or I mean just Africa here soon too. So. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like you said, it's a slow news week, right? So what's the next one?
Yeah, you're not kidding. WWE has officially moved. I'm reading this shit like for the first time again. Moved Brock Lesnar's profile to the alumni section of its roster page. It's officially over. I just had to throw something in there.
Nah, it could happen. You don't know that.
Yeah, he could show up in Minnesota and have one more match with Gunther.
Yep, I bet he will too. By the way, here's the thing I want to show everyone. Just so you can see, I have monetization is off. So if you're seeing ads, I apologize.
Jesus Christ!
I apologize. I don't care. I want to let them know I'm on their side. I don't want them to think we're fighting on it. So, anyway, yeah, they moved him to the alumni section.
I know. It's so stupid. Like, I can't believe I plucked this off Twitter. Like, I'm sure. Like, I'm kind of embarrassed for myself. Like,
well, you do realize that they are by law they can't put anybody in the alumni section unless it's by punishable. It's punishable by death. Actually,
it's official. They've created a bill.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar's no longer allowed to fucking compete. Why? Because he's in the alumni section.
He's in the alumni section.
Website. Okay, goddammit.
Yep. He's right above Brodus Clay. Okay.
Now this one was interesting. Yeah. I don't know if people heard about this one, but yeah, there's an update on the Rajah Jackson situation. Rajah Jackson has cut a plea deal in his case after assaulting Psycho Stu. He will spend 90 days in county jail, pay $81,000 restitution to Psycho Stu. Bad chance, buddy. Yeah. Be on probation for 2 years, and he got sentenced in late June 2020. He's going to get sentenced. Sorry, he's going to get sentenced in June of 2026. That comes to us from the New York Post, the wrestling edition. But yeah, what do you think about that? What do you think about Rajah Jackson finally getting? Is this due justice or what?
Well, I mean, yeah, right on, take it. You deserve it, man. Like I don't. Well, this tells us he's on probation for 2 years, but he hasn't been sentenced yet. Isn't that a sentence?
Yeah, that's. I guess Well, no, it's a plea deal. I guess they're going to make it official. See, it'll be officially over in June of 2026, I guess.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, he'll be sentenced.
All right.
That's one day for every punch he threw on Psycho Stu. That's crazy.
All right.
But there it is, the Twitter news.
Okay, so
all right, wrestling fans are gearing up for a showdown in St. Louis. Southern Illinois champion.
There you go.
No, well, it starts automatically no matter what I do. But yeah, I'm gonna we're gonna do something a little. Oh, here we go.
Shout out to my homeboy, OJ Simpson. Keep up the good work, baby.
Atona Sharp super chatted $5. The alumni move case is actually still pending before Supreme Wrestling Court, guys. They may overturn it yet.
Yeah.
Regina Sharp. All right. So this week, instead of doing commercials and stuff, because apparently WWE has been very hard on streamers recently.
They're bastards, man.
Well, they all are.
It's a real chore getting rid of those fucking commercials, and we have so much fun with them during the course of the live show.
If you want to see how things are, go watch a Marky D video, right? Marky D, he does nothing but cover TNA, and it's TNA, mind you. And he has to like put videos backwards and change the color on them and add like film grain and stuff so he doesn't get
Shrink
struck.
them to 25%.
Yeah, like it's terrible. All of these companies, man. I can't, but I just wonder why it's in the news, because WWE has struck us since day one. Remember, like, well, the first Dr. D interview we played got struck, remember? Way back in the game. And
the All in the Family intro got struck.
but that was All in the Family. That was them doing it.
I guess so.
But yeah, I just don't understand
Fucking
why.
Norman Lear.
I just don't understand why it's in the news all of a sudden. But I thought, well, since it's in the news, let's watch some news. So here's some fun, some are old, some are current news broadcast.
How long is this, my dear friend?
It's 13 minutes, but we don't have to watch the whole.
No,
thing.
we can. Yeah, I'm going to run and use the bathroom.
Okay,
and I
we'll
hope.
let it play.
Yeah, please.
Okay, we'll be right back, guys.
All right, wrestling fans are gearing up for a showdown in St. Louis. Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling is bringing back Fan Fest for its 4th year this upcoming weekend. And we caught up with organizers and some wrestlers who were already bringing the heat.
Well, fans, here we are, the big Texan, the sheriff of SICW. Thanks for coming out and joining us this morning as we continue to spread the word.
Gotta spread the word. Gotta spread the word. This is going to be a great event, and we need everyone to come on out.
This weekend is a big extravaganza here at the Radisson in Fairview Heights, Illinois, as we celebrate the 67-year of wrestling at the Chase. Those 4 words they're still talked about to this day. It started on television in 1959 and ran until '83, but we still celebrate it. It's all part of the Bruiser Brody Memorial we do every year.
We love having events like this because it brings so many people to the Metro East area to see all that we have to offer, to have something fun and different to do on the weekend, especially with young kids who want to see what wrestling's all about. And of course, those older people like me that remember back in the day, those wrestlers that we used to watch on TV.
Yeah, it's this Friday night, May the 8th, Saturday, May the 9th.
What is going on here? Every single time you guys do press, you don't even ask the star of the show to come out. Get that camera right here. You see this championship? My name is Big Nasty Glenn Williams. I'm the star of the show. All you need to know is that I have the main event against Hall of Famer JBL.
Hey.
What?
You might be the star in your head, but not at this show.
Oh, the metrics don't lie.
JBL is the star, and I hope he actually takes off your head this week.
Hey, guys, we got Friday and Saturday. Save it for then. You got JBL. You got Neil Koloff of the Koloff family.
He's in the Battle Royal.
Right? Yeah, you're not. He is.
You're going to the Hall of Fame.
Shut up. You got a talk show. You need to worry about that.
Very good. That's this Friday and Saturday. You guys, let's keep it till then, okay?
Keep it toned down. As we mentioned, some of the best wrestlers from across the country and here at home will be jumping into the ring, so you don't want to miss it. Here are the details once again. Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling Fan Fest 4 takes place this Friday and Saturday at the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center. That's in Fairview Heights. Tickets are still available. A
send-off for Demon wrestler Logan Paul included a marching band, cheerleaders, and plenty of support from schoolmates for the senior, who's making his second trip in 2 years to compete at the state wrestling tournament.
Obviously extremely excited. The state send-off is a highlight of my year every year because it's fun to see all your students before you go, and they get you really excited and super pumped. I'd say last year, it being my second year, just made it all the better, and I'm just happy that I could do it again without any injuries or anything.
Sure, Logan, his schoolmates and coaches are excited, but we wanted to know, where'd you get that shiner?
Got elbowed in the semifinals, and the guy wrestling the championship knew it was bad, and I'm guessing he pushed on it, which, you know, a smart wrestling move, but it made it a lot worse, and so it got extremely bloody and black, and it looks good, though.
His coach has high praise for Logan, who carries a 4.7 GPA.
It's intense. Very, very aggressive. He's very coachable. He's a leader. He's tenacious. He just doesn't stop. He's a very, very smart wrestler. Very aggressive. And in the sport, that's what we need. He's just an outstanding student, role model. He's one of our captains, two-time state qualifier. He's just an outstanding leader in the program. I would take 14 of him every year. There's no doubt about it.
It appears I've made it back before Awful.
Now they're taking
Which means
part
I'm going to have to rewind this here in a
wrestling
minute.
match, and you'll never
Because
believe the
Awful has
reason
to have
why.
that Logan
Fox's
Paul
Eric
jump
Lee has
scare.
the story.
Just like you guys did.
Well, there's no question this is a pretty rough crowd and hearing some pretty zany characters, but this crowd tonight raising money.
I love
for a
these
very
old
good
things.
cause.
So I hope you guys enjoy yours too. I think it helps with our
With
aesthetic.
every body slam
Just the,
and with
I
every
always
crazy
felt
fan,
like this is
more
Awful
help for Maria
is
Elenis,
kind of
a mother of
a,
4 suffering
I don't know.
from
It's
cancer.
the equivalent
It's totally
of like
amazing.
a public access show.
You read about it in the papers,
in my
you
opinion.
see it on TV, but when it
And
actually happens to you
having
and it's for
this
you,
kind of
it's
stuff
just
on here,
totally
I mean,
unbelievable
I
and
just
amazing.
have fun. Okay, Awful, you back?
Give Maria
Yes,
1
I
year,
am.
but she
Okay,
and
I
her
gotta
family not
pull you
give-
back here because I
Sure.
put something on here just for your reaction and you weren't here for it. So let's go back to this is them talking about a thing. Okay, so let's go to this. There's many reasons I think you'll like this.
Plenty of support from schoolmates for the senior, who's making his second trip in 2 years to compete at the state
So
wrestling
it's amateur
tournament.
wrestling.
Obviously extremely excited. The state send-off is a highlight of my year every year because it's fun to see all your
Let's hear
students
this
before you
young
go,
lad.
and they get you really
Wonderful turn
excited
up for you, everybody.
and
Got a black
super
eye.
pumped. I'd say last year, it being my second year, just made it all the better, and I'm just happy that I could do it again without any injuries or anything.
Here's me. That's this right
Sure,
there.
Logan,
Coming
his
through.
schoolmates and coaches are excited, but we wanted to
I'm
know,
sure you're not in the
where'd you get
background
that
with a
shiner?
fucking long trench coat.
Semifinals, and
Wishing that you were
the guy
Logan
wrestling
Paul.
the championship
No. I
knew it was
think
bad.
the
I'm
marching
guessing
band,
he pushed
buddy.
on it, which, you know, a smart wrestling move, but it made it a lot worse. And
Actually,
so
okay.
it got extremely
To
bloody
be fair,
and black.
I played the
and it looks good, though.
trombone my first year in marching band.
His coach has high praise
And
for
then my
Logan, who
ankles
carries a
got hurt too
4.7
much.
GPA.
So they moved me to the percussion pit for marching.
Aggressive. He's very coachable.
I'm a
Wanted to see
hemophiliac.
the least of you.
He just
But
doesn't stop.
no, but they got it, boy.
very, very
I
smart
had the
wrestler.
pit
Very
dance,
aggressive.
and I changed the
in the sport,
world,
that's
man.
what we need. He's just
You
an
tell
outstanding student,
you tell Max that
role
story
model.
every other weekend.
I
He's
showed
one
him
of
the
our
video.
captains, two-time state qualifier. He's just an outstanding leader in the
God
program.
damn it.
I would take 14 of him every
I might play it sometime if there's people if people would actually kind of want to see it. I'd be willing to play the video.
Sounds like a super chat goal if you ask
me.
me.
And marching band back in the day. But well, we only got through about 5 minutes of this intermission, which is good. That means we can use it again next week. So thank you.
Yeah, not
guys.
bad. So
Yeah.
Logan Paul was a amateur wrestler. Okay.
Yeah, he was
That's
a real-
cool.
He was a real wrestler, and
That's why he picked it up so quickly.
I didn't play the flute, Luigi Tron. I played trombone my first, and I played trombone in concert band all 4 years. But in marching band, I became the pit leader my second year. And for those that don't know what the pit is, and do you know what the pit is in marching band, Awful?
No, sir. I went to private school.
Okay, so in marching band, they have something called the pit, right? And the pit is where, the people on the side, the instruments that you couldn't possibly march with, like timpani and xylophones and cymbal, like not crash cymbals. No,
Sure.
standing cymbals and
Sure.
the ones you couldn't possibly march with. The pit was the one that was like in front that wasn't marching, that were playing those instruments.
Gotcha.
And because I got hurt so much because of the hemophilia, they moved me to the pit. So I became the guy in charge of the pit. And I was like, you dance like Michael Jackson, asshole. That's what I would do. Because before me, all the pit did was sit there. And I'm like, we're not just going to sit there. I thought, 14-year-old me was like gung-ho, man. I was like, we're going to change the world. And I tried to make it a big
This was
deal.
before Ritalin.
Yeah.
Or around the time, probably.
I'm going to go live on X. Because
What?
why not? I'm going live on X.
All right. Get prepared for production values to sink
We'll see
faster
what happens.
than a boat with hentavirus.
We'll see what happens here. Chat. My subscribers will be able to chat, and we're there. Okay. So if you guys are joining us on X right now, by the way, hi. This is Awful. Awful, would you like to introduce yourself? Because it's on my channel, not your channel.
Oh yeah, I've been here for an hour. Hop on over to YouTube, goddammit.
Yeah.
YouTube.com.
Go over to YouTube if you want to hear this whole show. But by the way,
Last time I was in San Francisco, I went downtown looking for a woman. I couldn't find no woman. I found a lot of men that look like women.
At UN *** super chatted $4.99. Is Dis trying to dox himself again?
No, I actually made it clear before the show because of something that we were going to talk about. Oh, here we go. We got another one.
Stink like nothing you ever smelled before.
At Honor Sharp super chatted $5. Nobody tell Dis no other. Pit had a leader. 8p.
I know.
Yeah.
I made myself the leader, lady.
This bogarting the entire high school band.
It sounds like me, right? But yeah, I like how at least 5 people dropped as soon as we went on X and went over to X to listen to us. Hi, people.
Why?
On X.
Why did you do it?
I don't know.
Motherfuckers. Hey, listen, if you're on YouTube, you want to hit that like and subscribe button. You'll want to do that right now. And if you like what you hear, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and welcome to the show. Now,
and if you leave a super chat, we
with this.
appreciate it.
Yeah, if you leave a go ahead.
I was gonna say it helps us out. I got a new computer, Awful saving for his. And if you go below into the description, you can see the link that will make sure that we get the money and YouTube doesn't take half. So if we're plugging,
Fuckers.
then let's do that. So all right. So yeah, man, I was thinking a lot last night, man. I can't remember what I saw. I can't remember what I saw. It was something. Ibu posted something, and it was very similar to the
from Wrestle Purist.
Yeah, from Wrestle Purists. And I was listening, I was watching that, and then I was going back and forth to the Kino Casino. Now, I know you don't know Kino Casino. Our friend Marv, he works for Geeks and Gamers now, right? And Kino Casino was talking about the quartering because Jeremy has been flagging people on the internet because they're saying mean things about him. And they were talking about how the entire community, no matter what political side you're on, they've all come together to go against the quartering and do all that. And it really got me thinking about the wrestling community and the IWC and this whole space that we're in. And we are in, and no, this isn't going, anybody in our YouTube chat right now, please understand, I am not talking about you. Okay, I don't consider our chat.
He could be, but it's up to you to decide.
The names that I have seen in our YouTube chat right now, I'm definitely not talking about them. Okay. But I look at guys like Ibu and guys like Corey Hayes and you know what? I'm gonna play this real quick too, because we played it at the beginning of the show, but I think it's kind of relevant right now. Right?
Dude, is this thing even on? What the fuck? What's going on? How do I work this fucking bullshit? Damn it. Yeah, anyway, Nicola Piccolo here. Listen, goddammit. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Brian Alvarez. Fuck them all. Dude, what do you think? Should I have it on, should I have this thing on landscape mode or portrait mode? Let me know. 'Cause I can do it this way and be fucking good at it.
Such a dead-on
Let me tell you
impression,
something,
Nicola
dude.
Piccolo.
Listen, the wrestling business, I mean, it's my
I do
business,
say
dude.
so myself.
It's my
Hey,
industry.
listen,
I know what
not
the fuck
bad
I'm
for
talking
the
about. I don't know
50th
why
take.
you guys keep going to these goddamn grifters. Dave
Oh, did it
Meltzer,
take that
Brian
long?
Alvarez, Sean
No.
Ross
I only
Sapp,
played
and all
this
the
'cause I
other
had to take a
fucking
drink of water.
assholes there.
By the
Dude, I've
way.
had a lot of people asking me for interviews, all right, be on their fucking podcast. But I said, no, dude, why would I go on cool podcasts? I need to go on the jankiest shit ever with the lowest possible follower count. All right, dude? Dude, I fucking...
We're on
have
Twitter,
hung out with so many people.
Yeah.
Really, like Seth Rogen, fucking James Franco, Clint Eastwood, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm sure you know who the fuck he is. I mean, I'm just the super agent to the stars.
You
There's
might wanna
nothing
go
to
over
it.
this Twitter and see
And,
what our chat
there's a
looks like. I
9.8
cannot
earthquake
see
going
the
on
chat
right
from
here.
where I
So
am right now.
I will not
But I will
move
say
from
this,
my
I
spot.
showed on This Is Awful
I'm doing
Saturday
we're
night,
doing a
7
show
p.m.
here.
every fucking weekend on Saturdays on YouTube.com/@awful-wrestling. I didn't want to do.
Okay, so I played that because, you know, we are our community is so weird, and it seems like there's the Ibus and the Corey Hayes and the guys like him who, what you do in this community, and I'm pretty sure this is what Sean Ross Sapp did in those. Maybe not Sean Ross Sapp. No, he didn't train, did he? Brian Alvarez trained, but Sean Ross Sapp didn't start training until he was already a guy, right?
Can we really call it training? No.
Right. Okay. True. But what I tend to see a lot is that a lot of these guys that people hold in such high esteem did the same thing that like we kind of joke about all the time, which is I could very easily create an account on Twitter or one of those places and just say I have sources and my sources tell me this, and then you use your common sense to figure out what might happen, right? And guess what? About 50% of the time you're gonna be correct, right? Because it's a flip of the coin. And the internet has a weird way of forgetting when you're wrong if you're right about something. So if you know, I can say I can make 1,000 predictions, and if I get one right, and everyone in our chat and everyone listening to this on X and everyone in the world has seen this happen, they'll say 1,000 different things, they'll get one right, and then they will coast on that one thing they got right for like a year. You know what I mean? Or they will, or now once they have podcasts and stuff, obviously it'll be the news cycle. Okay, so I went on my show on Tuesday and I gave 9 predictions. One of them was right. I'm going to ignore the other 8, and I'm going to go to Twitter and post the clip of the one that I got right, and then I'm going to repost it over and over again throughout the entire week. And then I'm going to have all my followers repost it throughout the entire week. And then people are going to see me and go, wow, you were right. I can't believe you were right about that, when you were wrong about 9 other things. But it doesn't matter that you were wrong about those 9 other things, because the only people saw you be wrong about 9 other things were the 50 people that you get in your YouTube chat, which is the same 50 people that 90% of all wrestling podcasts share in their YouTube chat. And it's just this weird cycle where we're going through this trying to one-up each other and not like help each other. Meanwhile, you got guys like Ibu and Corey Hayes who have done this to the point where they actually got hired. Do you think Ibu started with sources when he started on Twitter? Do you think Corey Hayes, the guy who has been proven to have started he started GoFundMes for people to get new TVs so they could watch wrestling, and now he's an important commentator that we're supposed to pay attention to, apparently? Do you believe that he really had any sources, or do you think that he just went on and predicted a ton of things and then went back and deleted his L's? Awful. What do you think? Seriously, what do you think?
First off, the utopia that you're looking for, and I'm being, yes, hyperbolic, but the idea of podcasters helping each other outside of maybe 3 or 4 podcasters, it's not happening. It's not going to.
But it happens in every other community.
No, it happens. It only happens when the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
No, I disagree.
And then,
I disagree.
And then, well, I mean,
go ahead. It's fine.
I mean, the internet has a way of changing. You know what I mean? Like, it has a way of like going its own way. And the idea of, like, for example, the people that you mentioned earlier forming together for some sort of super group to,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, you're saying that you want these content creators to help each other.
Well, no, okay, let me explain. Let me get to my point, because I think you're responding to something that isn't my point. I'm just gonna keep. So it's not so much that it's like, okay, if you look at like the internet commentary, the YouTube commentary community, or you look at, why do you like Marv, right? Marv went over to the entertainment community. His entertainment channel wasn't doing as well as his wrestling channel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But here's the thing. The guys up top in the entertainment industry, in the entertainment YouTube sector, or whatever you want to call it, are way more willing to put their hand down and say, come on up. Let's share the wealth. Let's enjoy, let's expand this community. But in wrestling, the only way that you can do that is if you lie and pretend that you have sources and pretend like you're a big deal for long enough that you have developed a following online of people who buy into your bullshit and believe that you actually have sources. And
okay, I understand what you're saying.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It at this point. So what happens is, in those communities, right, the smaller content creators, they kind of go, okay, well, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. I don't like you. I don't agree with you, but let's interact with each other. Let's go back and forth a little bit. Let's argue with each other. Let's not just sit here and pretend like everyone else doesn't exist, which that's what happens in our community. Is that, and not us, we don't do this, but almost every other wrestling podcast out there will completely pretend like it's them and everyone above them, but they have no peers, and the people below them, they might everyone the middle of the road ones like us, or they might every once in a while bring one up, but it's just to have them as a guest on their show. It's just to have an extra talking head on their show.
Mm-hmm.
There's no actual like interaction between the shows. You don't see there's no building of an actual community. It's just a place to go and shit talk each other. That's what the wrestling community has become.
This tonight has just destroyed the entire premise of our show tonight.
But here's the thing. Okay. Sorry, I had to take another drink of water. Do you know who I respect? Right. Do you know who I respect? I respect creators like Mr. Nicebeard, or Wrestling with Tism, or a lot of the like Twitter spaces that are going on. You look at DJ, you look at or Rocket Ropes, and you look at the Squared Circle Maniacs and those guys, and the smaller, Jake. There's something, even Phil to an extent. There's something there where it's like we're all kind of in the same boat, and we're kind of trying to help each other out. But if you, and the reason that I say that I kind of do respect the AEW guys, the ones that we cover specifically, is because they're at least not crying about it, unless you have something that I haven't seen awful. I don't believe that any of them have like come out and cried about it and tried to make it seem like we're evil for what we do.
No.
Right. But you know what happens when you try to interact with Dave Meltzer or Ibu, or I know it's Ibu chat, or any of these guys who are perceived to be bigger than us. They block us, they ignore us, and they steal our shit. Right? That's what they do. But us smaller creators are too busy shit talking each other and fighting each other and not interacting with each other that we have no power on the other end. Like any one of
it's the wrestling proletariat.
It is. In any other if one of the AEW podcasts that we shout out every week, if one of them would play along with us and come back at us a little bit, and I'm not talking about like try to cancel us. I mean, just kind of a friendly jab or something like that, right? Do you understand? Because they get what? 75 views? I'm not talking live. I'm talking about in the end of the day. They have like 75 views on their podcast, right? But they could do better if they had the ability to like interact and try to build some kind of community or something. But we just don't. We all live on these little islands where we interact with the same people and we share the same listeners and we do all that kind, but we need to start interacting with each other. We need to build something bigger off of this, because if we don't, then the only people who are going to get anywhere in the IWCnn, right, are the people like Ibu and Corey Hayes and the no DQ guys and the ones who just have no morals, have no ethics, and will just lie, and they don't care because they know that if they do it long enough, they'll get hired by somebody. And if that's who you want to listen to, if that's who you want to get your information from, fine. You can do whatever you want. But I think that there are, based on every other community on the internet, where you look at, like I said, you look at the movie community, and that's very divided politically. But both sides of the quote-unquote aisle are getting together to go after Jeremy, because they're like, okay, yeah, we go after each other. We don't like you. You don't like us. But we're not out here reporting you. We're not out here trying to block you or get you thrown off the internet. It's all it's friendly. It's not friendly, but you know what I mean? There's that unspoken thing where it's like, yeah, I don't like you. You don't like me, but we really don't like them. And we're at least we don't want each other to die, but it's like the Nick thing is such a good example, right? Where it's like he didn't go on Phil's show. He didn't, all these people that he interacts with and talks to all the time, he didn't go to any of them. He went to the show that was attached to a website, despite the fact that nobody really takes Body Slam seriously. Like, do you know how easy it would be to create a website and just copy and paste all the news that everyone else reports and put it on my website? And
sure. And I think one of the points that's missing in your stance here is that there are tons.
Shut the fuck up.
Certainly will.
Luigi John says I sound like Cyrus from the Warriors. Thank you. Anyway, what'd I miss?
God damn it. The interrupt this 5,000. I think there are many shitty wrestling websites, and only a few of them kind of rise to the top. and it's the ones that have consistency and longevity. You know, we're talking about you're talking about guys like Ibu and fucking Corey Hayes. Dude, we're new kids on the block as far as those social media handles are concerned. Ibu's been at it for a long time on Twitter.
But Ibu has always done the exact same thing where he makes crap up and
there you have it.
He makes it up and he does it over and over. I could do it. The point is that we reward people who have no morals or ethics. And so our entire community is run by people who have no morals or ethics. And then we complain about wrestling journalism, but we don't support each other. That's my point.
Okay.
Because every other community on the internet that I've seen in any fashion, there isn't this feeling of like we worship the guys above us like there is here. In wrestling,
I don't see that. Listen, I just see a lot of aggregating and a lot of people taking from a few sources because they themselves have been going at it for such a long time, being consistent liars and the like. But you also got to remember there's also people on the other side. Meltzer says what, being an account that tries to clear the air on the lies that Dave Meltzer says. There are a few people out there who are doing exactly what you are proposing to happen in the wrestling space.
Right, but they're doing it on an island, awful.
Okay,
they're doing it on an island, and that's my point.
Because these are the first birth pangs of such a thing happening. You know, Dave Meltzer, all these other guys have run social media for a long time. Very easy to copy paste, you know, WWE clips and AEW clips and get an engagement and get a following. That's one sector of the IWCnn. Then there's another sector that aggregates all that news from a Dave Meltzer. So if you're looking for people to work up against Dave Meltzer, that's kind of happening. I understand it's happening on. And it's happening individually.
Who is happening with? Because
Nicola Piccolo for one, Awful Wrestling for two.
Nicola Piccolo, the guy who went on bodyslam.net and didn't go on Pro Wrestling Times or didn't. I don't
Mistakes are going to be made along the way. I think he made a misstep with you know, being on that particular podcast. You know, he himself. I talked to Nick. He himself said he doesn't give a fuck, and so we'll just leave it at that.
Okay, and that's fine. And I'm not even saying it's a Nicola Piccolo problem.
No, I didn't say it. No one's saying it's a Nicola Piccolo problem. I'm just announcing people who are doing what is happening, what you want them to do.
I don't think they are.
They are not. Okay, they're doing it on an island. You're absolutely right. They're doing it on an island. What you're proposing for them to do in a group setting may take another 10, 15 years. It's a slow moving pace. Ultimately, though, I mean, you may have to wait for Dave Meltzer to die for these types of things.
Okay. You know what the problem is, Awful? The problem is that I get people in my DMs telling me shit about other podcasters that are on our level. They're not telling me shit about Dave Meltzer. They're not telling me crap about Sean Ross Sapp or Ibu or anything. They're trying to stir shit up between us. They want us to fight each other. And then you got the people from below who aren't producing anything or are producing something and are using burners who try to take anyone who gets any semblance of a voice down by threatening them, and when we're on an island and we get threatened, we get scared because we don't have anyone to back us up. So we leave. That's what happened to Gareth. Okay? That's what happens to a lot of junkie. It's what happens to a lot of posters online is they start getting some momentum, and then because they don't have any support and they have nowhere to go, when these assholes who are working for whoever, right, come up and they start saying, okay, you know what? Well, here's a picture of your sister. Here's your address.
Right.
Here's a picture of your kid. Here I'm gonna Photoshop an invitation to your dead father's funeral. So this stuff happens, and because they don't have the support, because there's so much infighting amongst the smaller podcasters, and I'm talking both sides, AEW, WWE, independent, Japan, doesn't matter, because it's not even so much infighting, it's just the division We act like
Right.
none of them act like the other ones exist. And because that happens, when you start getting threatened like that, anytime you get some kind of voice, you get scared. And the reason that me and you and Beard were able to kind of tough it out and stick through it is because we had a group. We built a group amongst ourselves of like 5 or 6 people, and we could say, hey, yeah, this is happening to all of us. It's obviously bullshit, right? But there's so much gossip and there's so much high school bullshit that goes on amongst the lower level of the IWC that I think that it works as it gatekeeps itself from anyone getting any bigger. Because what's going to happen at some point, it's going to we have a ceiling. We can only get so big, okay, before they start coming after us. Look what happened to Steve Carrier. And I'm not going to hold Steve Carrier up as an example of people who are great. I understand.
Describe who Steve Carrier is for those who don't know.
He is the managing editor of Ringside News, right? And he tried to take a stand against some of the people above. And every little tiny bit of his history got posted on the internet. And so at this point, no, I can't take him seriously because of everything I know about Steve Carrier now, right?
So maybe those with glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Maybe that's what's got to happen.
But
maybe people go ahead.
My thing is, though, is that he went about it. He should have never. He went strictly after. Okay, we got
security, my safety, my life was in danger.
At LuigiTron51 super chatted $10. I find it funny that Meltzer gets constantly discredited and clowned on, but yet no matter what podcast you listen to, you'll hear them talk about his reporting. Why not just ignore his reporting?
Okay, we clown on him. That's typically the only time we actually talk about Meltzer is to clown on him.
Yeah, we barely talk about him on this show. Don't get it fucked up with Tony Talk Wrestling.
And even on Tony Talk Wrestling, we only do it. Literally, the only time we bring him, we talk about him is either A, when we clown on him, or B, here's the sad part: 90% of the time that I say, oh, looks like this was reported on by Meltzer, right? It's because it's gone through 3 different sources, and I have no way of knowing that it's Meltzer until I dig so deep that it's already a planned part of the show. And there's no Meltzer and Sean Ross Sapp rule the IWC. If you see anything reported, it's probably going to be from one of those 2 guys. And if you want to say, okay, well, I'm just not going to report anything that Meltzer or Sean Ross Sapp report, you're not going to have a show at some point. You know?
No, that's not true. Untrue. If you're creative, you're doing.
I mean, if you're doing a new
you
show,
can do a great show. We're not trying to do a new show here.
No, we're not trying to do a new show. I'm talking specifically about the guys that are trying to do a new show, because you're gonna bump into Meltzer at some point, because it's that weird trickle down thing where the guys on top report something and then 30 other places report the exact same thing, because none of them do actual work. WrestlingNews.com, ProWrestling.net, No DQ, Body Slam. I can go on and on and on with all these sites that are just aggregators of news that Dave Meltzer, Sean Ross Sapp, and Mike Johnson put out. And I'm convinced that Johnson is the only one who actually tries, because the other one, Sean Ross Sapp, I believe, has sources now. I don't think he used to, but I think he does now. And I'll give him credit that some of his stuff is pretty good in terms of being correct. But Meltzer is 50-50. Meltzer is a coin flip, and I actually went through and did the stats, and it's less than a coin flip. He got like 35% right or something like that when I went through and actually counted what he got right and what he got wrong. But it's the system that we built, and there is a way to bust through the system, and the way to bust through the system is to kind of come together. And I'm not saying that we have to be best friends with every single podcast, but I'm saying, like, you guys, we should be sourcing each other. We should be building our own community down here, because those guys want nothing to do with us. They hate us.
I don't want anything to do with them. There are some people.
I want to be above them. I want to get rid of them.
Okay? I want to offer a different perspective. your assessment is validated. Here is my perspective. Here is where your 6 becomes my 9. I'm looking at things a different way. I don't get the DMs talking, bad about. It may happen once in a blue moon. Most of the time,
Jake.
my DMs.
Ask Jake. Ask
Okay.
Jake.
Jake is not on the show.
I know,
right
but
now.
I'm just saying. The reason we don't get the DMs awful is because we just removed ourselves from that community completely.
Which right there, you've supplied one of the answers for building a community of people who at some point are going to come together. This shit is not going to happen overnight. All right. This idea.
Well, it's been 20 years, awful.
I've only been on here for 3.
I've been on it for 20. I've been doing it for 20.
No, I'm talking about Twitter specifically because all the names that you've mentioned are from Twitter. Sorry to say, it's the truth. So I'm going by that. I particularly have tried to always create my own lane. You already know the fucking story. Kept my nose down. Just fucking did content, which is what a lot of people should be doing. Because I'm trying to address all of your points here. The other point that you had made earlier, you were talking about like, okay, you kind of want some some podcasts to banter along with us. In by doing so, we kind of make it a stronger community. We at least know each other. We acknowledge each other. We respect each other. This idea of building each other up, listen, even we have a circle, my friend, and it doesn't stretch too far. You know what I mean?
But we
have, and we all.
I
think everybody in the chat knows that we try. Sometimes we succeed, sometimes we fail. But my reasoning for being here is not to make IWCnn a better place to read your news. Sorry, that's just not me. Because in my experience, being on this platform, a lot of people get shit wrong. A lot of people get shit right. It's a zero-sum game. So with that being said, me, you, Marv, Apollo, Phil, Jake, Don Wayne, Johnny Bottles, DJ, these are the people. Sure, we're living on an island. Have we come together? There hasn't been an inciting incident yet. Sure, we may have fought the thyroid. Yes, I understand. We were not at that stage yet. You see what I'm saying?
Awful.
We have to
it happened a month ago, and you know
talk
what
to
I'm
me.
talking
What
about.
happened?
I'm not going to talk the DM situation where people were giving bad information about something someone else said and screenshots that didn't exist and stuff. Like that. It happened It happened in the past month.
Sure, and it happened with us. But
yeah,
here's the whole point of all of this. That was one guy, first and foremost. He didn't crack nothing, from what I see. And that's how I look at it. Like,
but he makes you not trust people. That's my thing. I don't.
And right there is why it's going to take 10, 15 years for the thing that you want to happen. It's going to be this really boils down to trust. Can I trust you with personal information that you've got on me and that I've got on you? And can we act like civil adults? I love how when like I do tweets or whatever, motherfuckers will be like, you tweet like a weirdo. You're fucking abnormal. You're this, you're that. No. My moral compass is this. I know people, I know situations, I know stories that, holy shit, that have been triple verified, quadruple verified. You'll never hear me talk about them because I have a certain core in my values, just like this, Jake, Marv, Apollo, all the rest of them. That's what it starts with. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is going to be a slow-moving snail, what you want to next year. But I am of the belief that what's going to happen, what you say is going to happen, this coming together and this moving out.
And that's why I'm complaining. If I thought
I believe it's going to happen.
Good luck, man. I've sat here. Okay. I've been in this community for 20 years. 20 plus years I have been in this community. And here's what I've seen. JD from New York, Wrestling Soup are the only two who were able to really bust through and get to get to like some kind of stature on the internet without completely compromising their morals. And it's arguable about JD from New York. I'm just saying that he doesn't try to report news. He doesn't lie about news. So I give him that much credit at least. Okay. But it's like, there is an entire world out there in every other. There's something about wrestling and this whole idea that, well, it takes time. Dude, the internet has been around the same amount of time for wrestling as it's been around for every other medium. Okay, we're going through stuff in wrestling.
All right, listen here, you Kami. Now this is now I'm a little annoyed.
Okay,
just a tad. This is Kami gobbledygook. I am now the belief that I don't want.
It's anarchy, to be fair. It's anarchy. Right. I'm going for anarchy.
We need a
I'm
flag.
going for self-governance. Okay. I'm not.
Yeah, but you want us to come together at some point and kill the management, I guess, the people in charge.
No,
but,
I want. Okay, Here's what I want. I want us on the bottom, because the only I believe the main problem is that so many of us down here. Right, and I'm not saying we're not the bottom, but we're probably lower middle. Okay, but
dude, we're lower. We've got to be honest with ourselves, and that's the only way we're going to be able to
go out. No, I'm telling you,
we're doing great with the small audience that we have.
We're not lower though. Go look. There are 9,000 wrestling podcasts out there that get 10 views a week and do so. They're the lower. That's the thing, is that the high end, it goes like, okay, you get about like 5 views a week, and then it goes up to where we are, where it's like we get about 800 to 1,200 a week, right? And then after us, it's like 30,000. You know, like it's a huge jump after us. But we are still above like 90% of all wrestling podcasts. We are still above that somehow.
Well,
you know,
listen. I'm not looking for this day to happen soon, but I believe it's going to happen. But also, I have to finish this point very quickly. You come together in battle, you depart when there's peace. It's happening right now with us. We've got Marv on another channel. We've got Apollo doing his own thing. We've kind of separated. The universe is now separating. The planets are now but we are still aligned with each other. It's just that we're doing different things.
I'm sorry. No, okay, you're completely missing my point. I'm not saying that we need to all get in a room and sit around a big table and hold hands and sing Kumbaya and say,
no, you're being too hyperbolic.
No, what I'm saying is that we need to stop. We don't do it, okay? But so many of our peers worship the altar of Dave Meltzer. Even if they don't.
Great, that's them.
But I'm saying, so stop it. I'm not yelling at you, Awful. I'm yelling at them.
I know you're not.
Okay, I'm saying that we need to. That there is a opportunity here where if we can, instead of all of us trying to get, everyone seems like they're trying to get hired by Fightful. Right? That's what seems like everyone wants to do. Let's just get hired by Fightful, or let's get hired by whatever. Let's do this. If we would just focus on our community, the community that we built, if we could have an argument without trying to dox each other, if we could actually be civil and not not be just garbage fire that we've become, then we down here
a part of that
actually
dumpster.
Make movement. Okay?
We are not a part of that dumpster fire. And so I'm sitting here a little stunned as to why you're so passionate about these other channels.
Because I can't go on X anymore without seeing it and getting a headache from it.
Okay, you know what you got to do, Marv kind of. Okay, hey, listen, and maybe it might be that season for that to happen. Maybe concentrate on doing TTW, and this is awful.
But I am trying to, but you know what I feel bad about? Here's what I feel bad about. I feel bad that I can't interact with our community. I can't get on and...
You're doing it right now.
I know, but I enjoy getting a message from Mike Glass. I enjoy getting... I enjoy the interactions that I have with the community. But at this point, I enjoy talking to Beard. I enjoy, I like that kind of stuff. but I'm forced in a position where my hand hovers over the button to go on X, and I feel so much anxiety about the garbage that I'm going to see that I don't even want to deal with it, and I throw my phone aside. I can't even interact with it at this point.
I want you to do this right now. I want you to sit back in your nice gamer chair, because I know you got a gamer chair.
No.
Okay. Sit back in your recliner. Listen, man. Don't be so anxious going on X.
I can't help that. You telling me, hey, don't have.
You can't help it.
You can't help it.
No, wait, what? You're trying to tell me your analogies? I swear to God, my friend, you're trying to compare getting gray hair to therapeutically relieving yourself from the anxiety on Twitter.
No,
how would you do such a thing?
Okay, I have the okay.
Would you like to answer a question right at this particular time? Would you like to do
God.
At UN *** super chatted $4.99. It would be easier to get hired by Tony Khan if you sucked up to him.
That's another thing too, is that so many guys are trying to get hired by Tony Khan at this point that they're more worried about getting into its AEW press conference than they are.
And my friend,
else,
there's nothing that you or I are going to be able to do about that. They are going to continue.
But
to
I can.
pedal off.
You sound like a woman right now. Awful.
Oh. Oh. All right.
Woman. Because every time I try to vent, they go, "What do you want me to do about it?" It's like nothing. I just want you to listen to me. Shut up.
I know, but here's where I'm like, this is commie gobbledygook. People of what they should be doing,
Boris,
on a capitalistic platform like YouTube.
Boris just said, "Stop being so anti-AEW." I don't like AEW. If I sit here and pretend like I like AEW, then I'm being disingenuous.
He should have to pay for that sort of reaction
right now.
from you.
I'm off. I'm off the hand. I'm off the. But that's the thing, is like people say that, like, well, play the game. No, if I play the game, that's going exactly against what I'm saying right now. If I could. That's my point, Boris. I could sit here right now and pretend I love AEW, and I could suck Tony Khan's dick, and I could get so many followers, and I could get so far, but I don't do it because I have morals and ethics.
But you're upset with people who do.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Here's my assessment. Don't be. Don't be. That's what a real friend would tell you. Don't be. And you fucking know it. That's why you're sitting here silent and you're letting the
well, because you're kind of ruining the show, Awful.
No, I am not.
I got mad about something for 15 minutes last night, and I go, you know what? This will be pretty entertaining on the air, but it doesn't work if you come on and be like, you probably really should calm down, man. No, I was not. This isn't something.
Well, you were a little pissed off. You were over passionate. Secondly, the text that you sent me yesterday talking about this, I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. But then, you know me, I'm like, I hear, we need to. We should, and we ought to. And you started to sound like a lot of these people who tell us how we should be watching fucking wrestling.
No, I'm just saying, so much of our community now has been ruined, and you know what? Maybe it is just Tony Khan. Maybe it's because so many of them have seen, like, oh, if I say the right words, then Tony Khan will bring me into a media scrum and I can ask him a question and meet all my favorite wrestlers. And maybe that's just it, right? Maybe it is.
In every facet of life, there are social climbers. That's one thing we know as grown men, grown adults, and fathers. There are people who are going to scratch, kick, claw, and lie to get in positions where they were not before. And once they get the taste of that shit, they want more of it. And that's what a lot of the people in the wrestling sphere and also in other spheres on the, internet, that's just the way it is.
Okay.
Now, I appreciate your passion, but I'm just saying, like, you presented several points where my common sense is just like, yeah, dude, don't be so anxious with it. And
I guess okay, and you know what? And here's another thing. You've been doing it for 3 years. I've been doing it for 20.
I've been on the internet for a long time, but I've just been on Twitter for like the last.
Right. No, but I've been doing wrestling podcasts in one way or another. I had to stop before because of crap like this, and I came back, and it saddens me to see it happen. The fact that it still happens. Okay, so when I exited my original podcast 10 years ago, right? When I left that podcast, I had part of it was because I was having health issues, but a big part of it was that I looked at this community and I said, man, no one in this community wants to help each other out. You look in every, I watched, when I started, every community was like that. And then by the time we got to 10 years ago, I noticed that okay, well, the gaming community kind of reaches out its hand to smaller creators and tries to bring them up. The movie community, look, there's guys like Nerdrotic and these guys who are not Nerdrotic at the time, but there were groups that were like, hey, let's kind of, we're not gonna be a union, but the fact that okay, we'll kind of instead of referencing this person we're reporting it, we'll reference them and they'll reference us and we'll talk about what happened on their show and we'll kind of go back and forth a little bit. And you know what happened because of that? They all grew and they all got bigger. And now they're at the point where there can be a Geeks and Gamers and a Nerdrotic and a Kotaku and a bunch of different companies on different sides who have different opinions, who don't try to destroy each other all of the time. But where we are is that at the lower groups and even people within our group are trying to destroy people. There are fans of Pro Wrestling Times
and if
that
you're
hate
strong,
us.
Right?
And it's why? How ridiculous is that?
Because that's people's taste. That's people's
taste.
prerogative.
It has nothing to do with taste.
It's people's prerogative. I'm not going to try to convince Phil's audience to fucking like me. I'm not going to try to convince Phil to do anything more for me than what he's already done.
I agree. I'm not asking Phil to do anything. What I'm saying is
I'm not. And another thing, I'm not going against your perspective. I'm just offering you a different one. That's what I'm saying.
That's fine. I don't care. What I'm saying, I think a lot, but it does get down to it's like a lot of people also think there's a lot more infighting amongst us than there really is.
So what?
They try to stir shit up.
Right.
They try, you know what I mean? And you say so.
You're going to get me to no. See, no. Because you're, and it's not your fault. This is not of anything of your doing, but you're going to get me to name names. Okay. You're going to get me to come to a place whereas I don't. It's just what it is, man. That's what I'm saying. I went my first year of Awful Wrestling doing the goddamn thing. I was almost into oblivion. Okay, but I overcame that shit. Right? Exactly. Listen,
but for every one of me and you, there are 10 people who couldn't deal with it because they didn't have anyone surrounding them.
Right. And I know some of those people. I do too. More power to them. Counselor's gone. He's probably living a better life. You know what I mean? Gareth is gone and all the whatever.
Botches.
It's just botches, all of them. Okay. Maybe it wasn't for them. Maybe it's not for everybody, dude.
Or maybe it's just what I'm saying.
And it's a mean space.
And maybe it's just that as a community, no matter what wrestling company you like, we should be kind of speaking up and holding people accountable.
It happens. Shit. It's happening. That's what I'm telling you. Like you're saying, we should be doing it. It's happening in pockets. Just like every war that has been fought happens in pockets, skirmishes, battles.
And you know what? You know what happens, Awful? You know what happens with those pockets is that someone actually stands up on the mountain and says, we have to stop being in pockets and all fucking get together and take these guys out. And that's when you win the war. And maybe that's what I'm trying to do, okay?
Yeah, there you go. Listen, If you guys want to go to this is radical fun of of turning you into wrestling communist, then you go right ahead.
It's not communism. It's how is this communism would be us getting with Dave Meltzer and saying, yes, sir, what would you like to do? Could you please? Communism is what we have now, where there's like 3 people on top and they control everything. And I want the exact opposite of that.
You want a million. You want a million podcasts to do all meddling.
I see. You know what sucks? I mean, I'm sitting here.
Fuming, hot,
oh, man. And what sucks is that there's tribalism in the chat as I say this. There's people doing exactly what I'm talking about.
Great. I mean, that means we're engaging.
It needs. I just. God, this community is so bad. It's such a.
Next week, this is going to be the awful show because I think this is going to go the way of Marv right now. Like
I don't want to. I don't. I love wrestling.
You don't have to, man.
I know,
like, what
I'm
are you
not
talking
going to.
about? Don't. If you told me just last week, like you don't go on Twitter. You don't fuck with Twitter no more. So if Twitter
but
gets
I don't
you
go on Twitter.
hold on this, yeah. Go ahead. You don't
And
go
then
on Twitter. What? You miss out on news or what?
No, first off, yes, I do have to go to Twitter for the show because for some reason the IWC has adopted Twitter as its hub. So I do have to go on Twitter for the show. Secondly, I like interacting with our community. I like interacting with,
interact with our community. If you happen to see a post, very simple. You do what Marv said. I was going to say that, but you interrupted my point. Marv blocks out fucking terms. He fucking blocks out people he doesn't fucking like on there. And guess what? He's curated his timeline. Anybody with 2 hands and 10 fingers can do the same goddamn thing. Why my boy this hasn't done it? I have no fucking clue. I know that I can handle Twitter. I know that you can handle Twitter. But if it gives you anxiety, those are the solutions.
But
that
awful.
You should
I have a
follow.
question. Okay,
Sure.
How many times have you known personally where I've had people that I thought were cool that ended up absolutely fucking me?
4 or 5.
Okay. And
Good conservative number. What do you think? You think
I'd say it's a little south, but yeah, it's
okay.
Close. It's close. And it's specifically people on Twitter. And so it's this weird thing where you get anxious about people that you like. You get anxious about people that you talk to. You know what I mean? Like it's just this weird thing that happens, and I just wish this community could be better because I think
so. Do I?
I think we
hold
can.
my hand.
I'll hold your hand, awful. I'm not holding other people's hands. I'll hold your hand.
Calm down, buddy. It's all good. Listen, come here. Give me a hug. Come here.
All right, are we done? Are we good now?
It's all good.
Are we good?
It's all good. Listen.
Okay.
Don't be anxious going on Twitter because these are some of the buzzwords that I heard tonight, and I'm like, dude, I don't want my buddy fucking having like heart palpitations going on this shitty app.
That is kind of the thing, and I should have probably kind of stated this beforehand. Is that like my specific health problems are like all anxiety based, right? So my bar for how much anxiety I can deal with is far lower than your average person. So that's I should tell people that like, and this actually makes me feel better getting on here and yelling. Okay.
I hope it does.
Is what makes me feel better about things. But I didn't think I'd get this much. I'm surprised that you're like, no, tribal, we're good. I like how the garbage piss fire that the IWC is.
Listen, let me tell you what we do. I tell this to everybody who's ever entered the realm of I'm about to get doxxed, or I'm about to go in it with this guy or that guy or this brand or that account or whatever like this. This has been always my solution to that. You fucking ignore it. And
I told you that. Don't act like that's your thing. I told you that.
Well, apparently I'm the one. See, I love it. You want to take credit. You spent the last 35 minutes talking everything not what you told me to do. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
Because when you get doxxed, I say ignore it because there's nothing you can do about it, and you can't.
When I tell you that it's going to be very tough and it's not going to happen overnight, that these people are going to come together somehow.
I don't think it's ever going to happen. That's why I'm complaining. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think that wrestling in general.
I don't care if it happens or not.
I think that wrestling in general attracts a certain kind of person, and I think there's a certain percentage of those kinds of people who will prevent this from happening forever. And I am my right to bitch about it.
There you go.
Because
there you have it.
It's such an easy fix, but I do believe that it's impossible. I don't think we'll ever get to, I think that there's something about wrestling. I think that it attracts, like, dude.
That's stupid, campy, dopey, and fun.
Yeah,
okay? And anything other than that, if you're trying to make it too goddamn serious, listen, our tagline here is when the wrestling news stops, making fun of it begins.
Right.
And I can't concern if we're trying to grow a brand, because I saw Alt Jake, shout out Alt Jake, say this earlier in the thing. Listen, dude, we have to keep our nose down and our shit on point so that we can grow our brand. I can't worry about what Phil's doing. Can't worry about what Marv's doing. God bless him. More power to him. Can't worry about what Don Wayne and Johnny Bottles are up to. Can't worry about their inner turmoils or outer turmoils or external turmoils or whatever. I am trying to make, just along with you, This Is Awful, the most fun podcast to listen to on a day off while you're at work, probably on in the travel, probably traveling somewhere, maybe stuck in a fucking airport. But yeah, that's all I want to do. Like I cannot absorb myself like I used to. Don't get it fucked up, I used to be absorbed in that shit. You know it as well. But at a certain point, it's just like, wait a second. I've got people who are actually listening to what I'm saying. I've got people who are following my content. They like what I'm doing. They DM me and tell me that the shit that I'm doing is cool and like it. You've seen those DMs just for yourself, my friend.
Well, actually, I used to see a lot more of them. It seems like about 6 months ago, all my DMs became, hey, you won't believe what this guy said about this guy that you talked to. You won't believe what I said about this guy that you talked to. You won't believe what this guy said about this guy that you talked to. It's all gossip.
Okay,
bullshit,
yeah, I don't get that.
But it seems those people don't even listen. Those people don't even come to the show.
Right.
I don't know where those people came from. That's why I had to ditch Akadis. It is in such a garbage fire algorithm that it's all I see anymore. When I get now, I do get like people who like, I appreciate the people who like message me about like, hey man, call the show, it was great. Or hey man, here's something you could use on the show. I really appreciate that. I love you guys. And I don't want you to think that I don't want that, because I do. I like that. But it's just mixed in with all of this other garbage that I don't want to have anything to do with, that I've never. How long has it been since I've even gotten close to being involved in Twitter drama? What is it, like botched like a year and a half ago?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
for some reason, it's like I get sent everything. That's another thing. Hey guys, everyone out there, don't send me bullshit Twitter drama anymore. Okay, don't do that. I don't want it.
I get a lot of DMs, that maybe go, well, did you hear this particular podcast? But it's nobody from the circle. It's nobody. It's just like, yeah, Johnny Bottles is a fucking, blah, 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 whatever. Or it's nothing like that. So I'm not saying like what you're saying is untrue. All I'm saying is that what you're saying tonight, I've not seen it on my end because I've done certain things. One of those things being, listen, man, I'm not really trying to fuck with you in the DM form. There are many of my followers who have DM'd me some horse shit, and I tell them like, this is horse shit. Maybe come a little bit harder, you know. Come with something I'm interested in. I'll let someone know whether I'm interested in what they're saying or not. Other than that, a lot of people in the chat know, and a lot of people on Twitter know. Like, I don't fucking tell tales out of school. It's not for me to do. What I'm trying to do is gather as much content as I can every week so that we can do an awesome kick-ass show. I so very much appreciate the stance that you've taken tonight. I just think, I don't want you going through anxiety, period.
And okay,
that's
and by the way,
fucking ridiculous.
I think anyone who listens to our shows, they know, or you should know by now, that I'm far more passionate when I turn this off, right? Like, you should know that, Awful, that I have an off switch and an on.
Oh yeah, dude. As soon as this show goes off the air, he's gone. Fucking gone. Won't hear from him till fucking next Tuesday.
Oh no, I'll text you, but it'll be about, like, you know, the meth head
rock
that I
and
got.
address.
Or the meth head that I got arrested up at the gas station or something like that. Like,
see, we could have used that time to laugh, but you want to get on your fucking soapbox and talk about some commie gobbledygook about podcasts getting together and tearing down the old kingdom of Dave Meltzer and Sean Ross Sapp.
No, okay. And I guess.
Oh, please don't wind up again, God damn it.
No, I'm not going to wind up. I'm not going to wind up again. I don't want people, because I don't want people to come away from this being like, man, I think this might have a no. I do turn.
Oh God. Listen, stop trying to curate your opinion to suit what the people in the chat are fucking thinking. I love the chat.
Nothing to do with my opinion.
This
is me. I'm telling people don't worry about me. I'm telling people don't think that this is something that I lose sleep over or anything like that. I play it up in the show. I'll admit it. I play things up in the show. You know.
Thank you.
What?
Sorry. I got nothing to say. I have got no more.
Well, Awful, you said
Yeah.
I worry about you. I don't want you to be anxious, and that made me feel bad because I don't want people to worry about me.
Yeah, but see, I don't feel too bad because I've also given you the solutions to these fucking problems. So it's just like, if you're not gonna take them, I'm not gonna feel as bad.
No,
okay.
I am an idealist. It's like people complain a lot about things, and I'm like, the solution is so simple, and it's so stupid that you people don't see the solution, but you're too busy trying, micromanage and bullshit and gossip your way to the top, that you're never going to see that the solution's right there. And it makes me angry sometimes. And when I get talking about it, it makes me angry. So, All
right, well, let's get out of this anger mode. Let's get into fucking back to laugh mode, for crying out loud. Because this is taken like uncles fighting. It's like two uncles fighting, and it's just like, one's just like, dude, man, just chill, dude. The other one's just like, fuck this. All right, down with the fucking.
That's right.
Yeah.
They
God
called me.
damn it.
Who was it? Last week said I looked like Che Guevara. I'll do that. I'll put.
Jesus Christ. They spent the last 45 minutes.
Look, no, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get tired of everyone talking. Like, there's such a weird thin layer of bullshit that covers everything people do online, and sometimes I can't deal with it. I just need to go through it.
You just need to. But see, that was what I was going to say. Thank you for interrupting me again. About 10 minutes ago. This is what you should do. Another solution that we've always talked about. You need to find a group chat. Okay. You need to find a small group chat with maybe some of your buddies or people that you can trust, and then vent to them. But don't post the shit all over social media. Don't vomit your fucking thoughts
I do
on
that,
social
and then
media.
you and Beard act like I didn't say anything, and then I feel like, what? I guess they don't think the same as I do. And then I have to.
What? Well, no, it's because we're busy as well. God damn it!
Right, I know. That's what I'm saying. We can't,
Jesus Christ.
This is my group chat. You guys are my group chat,
Right? And so, like,
That's
when
what we're doing.
I express, like, for example, like, Open transparency, folks, here on the This Is Awful show. I was kind of pissed that Nicola Piccolo chose another podcast over ours. I had been glad handing Nicola Piccolo for like a few months, and he chose to go on another show before ours.
We're on Twitter right now, Awful.
So what? This is what I'm talking about. Like, ask if I give a fuck. Okay,
I'm glad you don't. I just want to
remind dumbasses from Twitter.com. Come on over to YouTube.com/@Awful Wrestling. I've already talked to him. Nick already understands my fucking. I told the man he didn't. Not the best look. You know what he responded? I don't give a fuck. All right, that's the sensibility that we have. Okay, but also, I expressed that to you guys. I expressed that to you guys now because I'm over it, first off. But when I first expressed it, I expressed it not in a fucking post or some Instagram picture or anything like that. I spoke to the people. Yeah, just as a skit, and also just for humor, because I'm not trying to come off looking like some fucking angry guy. You know, call me old all day, call me fucking disheveled, call me fucking whatever, Negro and all that. But doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I know I'm going to outwit you.
I really do get. Oh man,
and it doesn't bother me.
All right,
but we're not going. Listen,
look, I'm taking off my podcast voice here for a second. So I really do get weird about, like I said, there's a thin layer of bullshit that goes over everything that goes online, right? There's a weird kayfabe where it's like we can't talk about this, or we can talk about this, or people have to pretend that this didn't happen, or people have to pretend. It's like we have to work in a reality that doesn't exist. We have to work in a reality that isn't a reality, you know, and it's so weird when the internet has gotten. Now I'm getting philosophical. The internet has
I'd say
the internet.
Nicebeard's video coming up, folks. Stick around for that.
Are we doing Nicebeard's? The internet has gotten to the point where so many people want to be performers that, like, when you're not performing, you get accused of being performing, and then when you are performing, it's so weird. And I think I've just outgrown it. You know?
Have you though?
I think I have. Well, I haven't posted on
I hope
Twitter.
you have tonight. Damn it.
I don't have it. I haven't posted on Twitter in 2 weeks, except for promoting shows. And it's just I wish we could grow up as a community. Just move past it. But we won't. I know we won't, but I can complain that we won't. So
okay.
Yes, awful.
No, just letting the music ride. I'm exhausted of this conversation, only insofar as, not that what you said wasn't interesting, but there are solutions to these issues. And also, if you're trying to grow a YouTube video or trying to grow a YouTube channel, you're trying to do a Twitter account or whatever, just keep doing what you're doing. Be consistent and be good. Because if you're not good, you're not going to last too fucking long. And then you're probably going to get angry and you're going to accuse Awful Wrestling of being old or fucking not knowing his shit or whatever. You're just going to be an angry piece of shit. But ask if I care. And
I do appreciate that people actually care. Our chat actually cares. Because I've just been talking about what the problem is with everyone. And everyone's like, are you okay? Like, they're more worried about me than they are.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people in the chat know that this is not that serious, and some of the passion that you showed tonight doesn't.
Well, that just made me feel like shit. Thanks, awful.
Well, listen, you want the truth or do you want lollipops? You tell me. I mean, seriously, like we're friends here, so I'm going to tell it like it is. And I would hope that one day you tell me like it is, like you told me like I was a woman tonight. That was kind of funny. But but listen, folks, I don't know how to segue out of this. We're just like going down this rabbit hole, but we're gonna dig our way out of it, because right now I would love for the chat to see latest Nicebeard's video, or do you want to talk about the
whatever, dude?
Yeah, this all crestfallen now because we got to move the show along.
talk about Nicebeard.
Fuck it, I'll take over. Mute your mic, goddammit. Tonight, folks. Nah, shut up. Now it's the Awful Wrestling Show. Ladies and gentlemen, folks, I had the pleasure of having Beard. Shout out to Neckbeard for sending us these clips of the latest video of our boy, Mr. Nicebeard. And of course, Mr. Nicebeard and his co-host. Listen, folks, we make fun of a lot of things. Tonight, I will not be making fun of the following. I will not be making fun of dental. I will not be making fun of.
You cut out for like
eyewear. Oh, I did? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll repeat. I will not be making fun of dental plans. I will not be making fun of Foster Grant glasses. I will not be making fun of looks. What I will be making fun of are the opinions of these two gentlemen right here. And one of these fucking phonies says that AEW tells the truth. And let's see what Mr. Nicebeard has to say about such a thing.
That's one thing that I will still say to this day with AEW, that when people bitch about it is because it's different. And AEW never told a lie when it comes to their weekly television. So, I mean, you're seeing matches in the 2019 that, what the hell is that? Like, dumb. Like, it sounds dumb a little bit. You
Oh boy.
What is he even talking about?
They never told a lie. They were fucking Johnny Appleseed. I hope fucking
not Johnny Appleseed, is it?
Or George Washington. Sorry.
George Washington. There you go.
Yeah.
He shot
I
down
cannot
a
tell a lie.
Yeah.
I did not sell out Wembley Stadium. I cannot tell a lie.
What is a Stadium Stampede match? It was one of the best matches in AEW history.
Oh,
it's different. Yeah.
What was he? I don't even understand what he was trying to say. I don't get it. AEW doesn't tell a lie. AEW tells lies all the time. Every wrestling company. That's what wrestling is. Everything is lies. What are we talking about here? If it's not lies, how is it wrestling?
Well, he may elaborate a little bit more on that as he explains this next thought. He believes that among those things, why AEW doesn't lie is because they are transparent.
They
telling the truth. And
that's
they
one
correct
thing I
their
love
mistake.
about AEW is when you are seeing the two primetime promotions with Raw and SmackDown, and then you have Dynamite, and you're like, and Dark, and you're like, wow, like one feels very real and authentic, and the delivery is great. And the other one was distracted by a whole lot of
what the fuck
people. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I thought that was very creative from WWE.
I was one of them.
They're different. Yeah. And the only thing that I don't agree during the pandemic was the sparklers during a barbed wire match.
That's the only thing.
Oh,
they learned from their mistakes.
That's the only thing he can think
learned
of.
from that, I think. But I liked it that next week on Dynamite, where John Moxley and Eddie Kingston was cutting a skit where they were like, "Oh, you guys think you're gonna burn us with sparklers?" Ooh, so they. That's one thing I love about AEW is they don't ignore their mistakes. They improve it and make it better. So
how about that?
What?
Didn't you hear this? AEW makes a mistake and then they improve, and they never ever make that mistake again.
Why is Daniel Garcia still around?
You're not fucking kidding.
How long did Rampage last? Okay, whatever.
And he's talking. That was the other thing. He's talking about AEW being different, and he talked about the AEW fucking Dark and Dark Elevation, two fucking shows that are off the air right now. So they couldn't have been all that great. That just goes to show, like,
they got canceled off YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done.
Wow.
Again, I'm not judging anybody on their dental plan. But go on.
Absolutely. One thing I love.
The early days defined.
Yeah, they're going to talk about the early days and what drew them into the product.
Okay, let's see, because I was into AEW in the early days, so maybe I'll agree.
2019, going into the pandemic on AEW, they were the best wrestling, weren't they? They had the best commentators. They had Justin Roberts, who for me is one of the best at doing announcing, I feel.
Yeah.
Don't you?
You could pause whenever you'd like.
I mean, in 2019, AEW, sure. In 2019, yeah, AEW was probably the best product out there in 2019. But I don't think it had anything to do with Justin Roberts or Xavier. I don't know, or Excalibur. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's not what drew me into it. But okay.
Oh man, like I remember, after Double or Nothing, they were doing their other special there, Fight for the Fallen. I just remember seeing that too, and I was like, man, I want this company to have weekly television. Like, damn, second great show. It was excellent. And it's just when you saw them launch Dynamite on October 29th.
Yes, every wrestling fan on earth wanted that. Everyone was like, there should be a second company. We hope it works out. Because it hadn't started yet.
Right.
So yeah. Yes, we were all hopeful.
It didn't come with the jank that it usually comes with.
It came with jank, but we were like, okay, it's okay. They're not even a real company yet. It could be janky. Like, we excused it a little bit. Because it's like, well, this is their second show. Of course it's going to be janky, But that's kind of the problem, is that they haven't gotten any better.
Man. Again, just like pay-per-views, you got to make a good impression. And I mean, everything on that card was fantastic in 2019. It's hard to believe, you had Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara.
Wasn't this the
open
Joey
up the show
Ryan
to
era
Sammy
when he used
Guevara
to fucking
turning heel
stroll
with the
down the
Universal
aisle with a penis?
Oh, was Joey Ryan there? I knew Joey Janela.
I don't know if he was.
Joey Janela.
Yeah, there was a lot of jank.
Joey Janela.
There was the legless wonder.
Yeah. There was
Brandon Cutler.
Early AEW is very similar to early NWA TNA. Just kind of like a weird thing.
This is really looking at AEW with rose-colored lenses.
It really is. Yeah, which is, I mean, nostalgia, whatever, fine, but like
6 years in nostalgia.
But yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to get to. It's not like it's only been 6 years though, or 7 years now, I guess.
Probably one of the best factions ever in AEW history. I mean, granted,
best factions in AEW. They've been around for 7 years.
Yeah, really. This is like a 10th grader going like, dude, third grade was just so fucking bonkers.
Yeah, that's
man.
like when Max tells me he has nostalgia for something, anything, right? When he's like, man, I remember when I used to play Slime Rancher. I'm like, yeah, 4 years ago?
Right.
What are we talking about here, buddy?
Yeah, really.
But at least he's 12. He's not however old these guys are.
Dynamite was only going, into the fall of 2019. It really, really was like, okay, this is going to be fun.
I just now noticed these guys fucking
that's
little
one thing
handles
that
here.
I will still say to
they
this-
love being founders.
Yeah.
They've got to create something of fucking value. Okay, I'm the founder of Wrestling Pedigree. Goddammit, don't you ever forget it. Okay. I'm the founder of fucking HTEFTR. Follow the revolution.
You should
okay?
put a thing on your. You should put a thing on your avatar or your picture that says "Founder of Awful Wrestling."
Yeah. I mean, goddamn.
Stay
All right,
with
what are these
AEW,
shills saying?
That when people bitch about it is because it's different.
That's why we hate
AEW
it, because
never
it's
told a
different.
lie.
AEW never told
We're
a
back to this. We're back to
Yeah.
Never Told a Lie.
Yep.
Comes to their weekly
Is that his thesis statement? Does he keep having to return to it? Is that the whole thing?
television. So, I mean, you're seeing matches in the 2019 that, what the hell is that? Like, dumb. Like, it sounds dumb a little bit. And you're watching it.
Wrestling's dumb. Wrestling's dumb. It's not unique. It's not interesting because it's dumb. Like, the whole concept of wrestling is kind of dumb, man. It's not. You're not. I don't know.
I wonder if do you
what
think
is it?
Nicebeards does like press junkets? Like he just hops around from podcast to podcast all day and night, talking about AEW, spreading the word of
Right,
AEW.
spreading the good word of AEW.
The Stadium Stampede
Then he retires
match,
to Facebook.
it was one of the best matches in AEW history. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
yeah.
different. Yeah.
Because it was different. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what else? Let's go through all the things that are different, and let's talk about if they're actually good. Because different doesn't mean good. Remember one time there was a match in WWE where zombies came out and they surrounded the ring, and that was different. But I'm not going to defend it because it was also shit. Okay. Just because something's he literally just said it was good because it was different. It's like, no, there's a lot of the only parts of the Stadium Stampede match that were quote unquote good were things that have always existed in wrestling. The things that were bad were horses, and I mean, whatever.
Like you said, the Battle Royal for Double Nothing. That was different.
Very different.
So
I have a weird feel. I feel like I need to brush my teeth. I don't know why. I can't really.
It is nice. Okay, it is nice that Mr. Nicebeard is doing this like Make-A-Wish thing. I'm assuming.
Who knows what's going on?
I don't. Yeah, he's granting. We should put. Yeah, let's fill in out an application. Maybe we can get up on our show.
One thing I loved about the 2019.
I'd love to have Matty on. I'd love to hear how he found his wrestling pedigree.
Literally exceed expectations. I think every show at Dynamite was a banger because you never know who would turn up.
Dude, that was the first week.
AEW was very unpredictable early
That's
on.
the other thing. Like, yep.
You don't know.
Yeah, he believes Eddie Kingston
In
is
the UK.
legit. How? Let's find out.
So, seeing the likes of Eddie Kingston on AEW, I fell in love with that man. And
go off camera,
dude. Listen, man.
I just don't understand it. I don't get you guys.
He
just go off camera.
He cares about his looks as I.
Just go off camera.
just have an avatar.
Yeah, it's no big deal, guys. Okay, I have an iron deficiency and I'm pale a lot, so I don't go on camera. Okay, so, don't go on camera. Well, that typically is what happens when you're a hemophiliac and you lose a lot of blood.
I don't know. I've just never seen a double gap before. I'm so curious.
Just don't go on camera, man. That's all.
To see him live in
not do these
in a
zoom-ins.
Stadium Stampede match.
Yeah, what are you doing, man? Put the camera on the side, or anything, man. There's so many ways you can avoid this.
We need a Patreon ASAP because I'm biting my tongue, much like this guy does. I'm biting my tongue, holding back on several things.
I'm trying to help.
That's right. You can get yourself a nice avatar from Grok. You can stylize your picture.
Do
a full set.
Dude, like I said, put the camera. There's what's his name? There was a dude. Starts with an A. He's a big screamer. Anyway, he apparently didn't have teeth for years, and nobody knew because he put his camera in a certain position that you couldn't tell. And just do that, man. Just do something. Don't just stare at the camera like this and then bitch when people can make fun of you.
So freaking cool. And I remember because at Wembley, there's a massive walk path you have to take to get to the hotel they stay in. So I'm walking down, and there's Eddie Kingston just casually just walking up, and I'm like, oh god.
It's like that one tooth is the enemy of all other teeth. They don't want anything to do with them.
Awful. I know you're saying we're not going to talk.
I'm sorry.
You didn't even put Nicebeard on the screen at this point.
Yeah, listen. This was Neckbeards will he can second me on that. This is how the video came out. This is I have no edit in
You
this.
didn't edit this?
No, the only thing I did was clip.
And you
put
added the
clips together,
titles.
yes.
You added the titles.
Yes, and added the
Added the
titles.
titles.
I did not do this zoom in.
Why is he doing this? Why? It hurts. I'm hurting from the inside out for this man. Stop it. Who? What? How did? Do you not have a mother who taught you things, or like I don't understand? How do you get to this point? And I guarantee, if he heard us talking right now, he would post something about how mean we are and how we, we.
Oh yeah, listen, he'd get the victim train rolling.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It's like, don't do this. I'm not making fun of you. I'm telling you to stop.
It's very distracting.
It is time to stop. I'm trying to listen to you.
Very distracting.
And all I see is that. Okay, just do anything else.
He has
Turn
the ability.
lights off.
Yes, he has the ability to derail a show.
Do anything, man. I don't care. Anything but this. Anything. Show me Nicebeard. Show me him nodding, going, yeah, Do that. Okay, anything.
How is it the whitest one in his mouth? This
like pretty intimidated by the man that I couldn't even say hey.
Jesus
I
Christ.
have met Eddie Kingston. He's such a great guy. He really, really is. Jessica Marie, like she was battling with some health issues, and Eddie.
By the
Kingston
way,
gave
Eddie
her
Kingston's a
an
great guy.
quote, and
I met him at
she's a big
9:30
fan
at
of
the
Eddie
fucking
Kingston,
stadium.
and I'm a wrestler because of that. And Eddie's real as
Right
it gets,
in the
man.
morning.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I met him right out the fucking at the goddamn continental breakfast.
But I remember him cutting that promo on Cody. I was like, wow, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of this guy.
Yeah, a huge fan. Now listen,
I had to make it a
But
great first impression.
no. You know what? You know what? Eddie Kingston was around for 15 freaking years before he cut that promo on Cody. If you didn't know Eddie Kingston and didn't know what he was about by then, that's fine. I get it. There's a lot of people who didn't, but it's kind of hard to sit here and act like Mr. Authority when you apparently weren't. Like, what were you watching? If you were an AEW fan and you didn't know who Eddie Kingston was before he cut the promo on Cody Rhodes, what the hell were you watching before AEW? How can you enjoy? Yeah, exactly. Eddie Kingston was in Ring of Honor. Eddie Kingston was in TNA. Eddie Kingston was in all of those companies. So what this tells me is you didn't watch wrestling before AEW came around. That's what it tells me.
that's the illusion. Yes, that's the illusion that he's trying to give off here.
No, why would you want that? All of these people want to be like, oh, we watched wrestling forever. And Tony Khan finally gave us what we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That's the story, right? Well, to me, it seems like you're just some dude who started watching wrestling because of All Out. Like, what? How do you even get to the point where you? I don't get this.
Dude, I was watching Survivor and I changed the channel and I saw this one match, dude. Cody versus
it doesn't make any sense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense.
For
Now,
This
is one of the matches where it didn't hook me to AEW, but it showed potential for AEW. Dustin versus Cody, as a lot of people know, if you've seen my video Death of AEW episode 4 or episode 3, one of the two. I speak highly of this match. The match was great. It brought attention to the product, as it should have been. But this might be the only time I agree with Nicebeard.
Your promotion. AEW really had to prove that with me, to be honest with you, because WCW was my go-to brand growing up. WWE was my company 18 years at the time. I mean, TNA, they did really, really well too in like the late 2000s, but man, WWE was just that primetime promotion that you were mainly just watching. So, but yeah, man. Sorry if that went a little far-fetched, but yeah, Double or Nothing was
what?
really opened my eyes.
Sorry if they got a little too philosophical.
I totally agree on
Sorry,
that
it's not a
because
little
Cody versus Dustin,
Too much inside baseball.
the violence,
I know,
craziness on that match
got a little deep there.
is actually one of the reasons why I love AEW. That match got me hooked on AEW.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure, go back.
Okay, that's for sure.
I totally agree on that because Cody versus Dustin, the blood, the violence, the craziness on that match is actually one of the reasons why I love AEW.
No, I also believe it was the story.
Got me hooked on AEW.
Yeah.
Troglodyte.
Well, maybe not, dude. Maybe. I don't
right.
know.
He just
Maybe
loved
he's-
the craziness and the whole thing.
He loves the blood and the guts, and I mean,
Yeah.
they're called
Yeah,
sickos,
should have
right?
known better.
So,
I'm a fucking troglodyte for thinking that way, thinking that he would know better. But yeah, 2 underrated shows. What are those 2 underrated shows? I think you talked about them before. Dark and Dark Elevation. But
that's really what he's gonna.
That's a
look at the
perfect segue, Matt.
justification.
When it comes to one of my most underrated shows that really stood out in the pandemic, and that was Dark, and Dark Elevation.
One of my most during the pandemic, AEW had 3 shows, and he says one of the most underrated AEW shows was Dark. There've been 5. Like, how can you? If you're not talking about pay-per-views, what are we counting here? One of my most underrated shows. Whatever. But I
Could you imagine these guys talking off air? Like, it's just a bunch of
they
nodding
don't.
heads at that point. Yeah.
No, Maddie, the founder of Wrestling Pedigree, follows the other one on Facebook, and he's been bugging him in, you know how
For an interview.
yeah, you know how Nicebeard's always like, stop going after my listeners. Maddie's the one that they're going after.
Yeah.
This is so dumb. This is underrated. There's 5, right? That'd be it'd be like me saying, you know who I think the most underrated member of the Yin Yang Twins is? Like, come on.
When you are seeing talent that you feel like, well, it's going to be a squash match, it's going to be done within 4 minutes, but you're like, wow, that's really freaking cool, man. And I think that's why a lot of people love signing with AEW, because they love that freedom that they can go to that promotion, this promotion, and it's not.
No, they love the money.
They love the fucking moolah.
Promoting AEW,
my
it's
friend.
promoting and putting a stamp on their career.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's
You could say that again, putting a stamp on their career. A real stamp. Stamped out.
They love the money. That's all it is. So, all right. You ready? You want to close this out, Awful?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Closing out? Oh, sweet. Listen,
yeah, I don't know.
you know how this goes. I didn't really want. We should just say goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you guys for listening.
Toonie Talk. Listen to Toonie Talk on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. That's all. Go.
Yes. This is on another level tonight, and I'm glad he showed up tonight. I'm glad he showed up with fucking piss and vinegar. It makes the show better, makes it fucking more entertaining, and hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight. And we will see you next week. Next week, what do we talk? Oh yeah. Are we still on Twitter?
Yeah.
Keem the Truth. You might be in a little bit of trouble, my friend. Until next week. This is the This Is Awful program. See you guys later. Bye.